pretty well, Brandon. How's yourself? All right, everybody, if you are here, if you're not, don't worry about it, but if you're here, welcome. Stream number 2, we're going to kind of cut the intro just a little bit short here because we are going to go to the event briefing. And I'm going to get this thing started. Well, welcome, everybody. Glad you could make it. I believe I've got 8 o'clock Eastern time, and I see the Master of Ceremonies, Ben, is here. So, Ben, I'm going to just let you take it away. Welcome, everybody.
All right, thank you, Brant, and thank you everybody for joining tonight. I'll try to be brief, and hopefully we can get out of here fairly quickly.
What did I just do? Sorry, guys. I
Give me a second. I'll share my screen quick.
Just closed the flight briefing accidentally. Here we go. Hey, Nixie. What's up, man? Can't stay. Just want to stop by and say hi. Hey.
Can see.
Have a good one, Connor. Thanks for stopping in, man.
I should have the briefing up if I'm doing it right. So, as mentioned in the briefing, we will be flying from Juneau, making a stop at Skagway and flying to Whitehorse. And for those adventurous types that are faster, you could fly all the way to Dawson, as this event simulates sort of the finding of gold in the Yukon Territory up a Dawson. So People would have had to climb over the pass at White Pass or the Chilkoot Pass coming out of Skagway to be able to make it to Bennett Lake and eventually float all of their provisions down the Yukon River. So today we're going to make the easier path, and instead of having to hike it through, we're going to fly it through. I will do a. We'll start at Juneau, and right now it looks like the winds are favoring a departure off of runway 26. And the first half of the flight is I guess I'd say the easy part, which will have you flying up the Lynn Canal. So we'll depart off at 26, up the Lynn Canal. Make sure you stay to the right up the Chilkoot Inlet, eventually the Taya Inlet, and into Skagway. Right now it appears the winds at Skagway are favoring a runway 20 approach, which is somewhat interesting.
Indeed.
So it's a right pattern for runway 20, and you'll be essentially right above the trees on downwind for runway 20. And you'll have to make a pretty tight turn from downwind to final. So it's a little bit of an adventurous pattern into Skagway. Should be plenty of parking at Skagway as well. If your weather doesn't support that and you need to fly in runway 2, that's an easy straight in right off the ocean. However, the departure out of runway 2, should your weather require it, is a little bit more interesting. It makes a comment about flying straight out of runway 2, and if you have to come back out over the ocean to do circles because of the requirement for a pretty substantial climb out if you're flying straight out on runway 2, it's a little bit different.
We've lost Ben a little bit here.
So you'll see that it has you straight out, and make sure you get around the school if you have to make a turn to the left downwind off of runway 2. And there's a little bit of a visual representation that they had in the chart supplement of the departure if you have to go off of runway 2. But if we are departing runway 20, it'll be straight out over the water, and you can climb to gain altitude, depending on what you decide for your path through the mountains towards Whitehorse. So if you want the sectional chart for Canada, you can sign up quick for a flightplan.com account. It's free, and it gives access to Canadian charts, the Canadian sectional, which is a little bit different than the US sectional. But essentially, there's two main options for getting through the pass and out towards Bennett and towards Whitehorse. There's the White Pass, which is a little bit lower, and Chilkoot Pass. Both were used by those prospectors on their way out to Bennett Lake. And then you have an option to follow the river off to the right, or there's a shortcut through a different valley that brings you straight into Whitehorse. Either way, whatever you choose, however you want to get there, is up to you as the pilot. Otherwise, there was one quick the Canadian airspace is slightly different than US airspace in that they have different classes that don't quite match up to US, and they have this extra class B airspace. So the requirement to fly VFR, should you climb high enough to get over 12,500, then you have to be in contact with ATC if anyone does log on for us to be ATC. Otherwise, their class Golf is essentially goes all the way up to 12,500 feet, unless you're in an airway, in which case it's 2,200 feet. AGL. So slightly different than the US with the common 1,200. But otherwise, most VFR is the same. And just a quick comment on Whitehorse. Since we would be going to customs, they do have, it's just off to the side of the terminal area. If you're looking for a place to go, they have this really short runway. I'm not sure that any of us would try to use it, but it's one direction. You can only land on 20 or depart on runway 2, but I probably wouldn't recommend using that as it's sub 2,000 foot runway. And another comment is the right-hand patterns for runway 32 if the weather favors 32. And the last part I wanted to share was uncontrolled procedures are slightly different versus the US for how they handle uncontrolled patterns. You can come in straight into the downwind if it works. Otherwise, their expectation is that you cross on midfield downwind and turn straight onto the downwind, which I think in the US is an optional pattern entry, but that's how they do
Pixie,
it in
what's
Canada,
going on, man?
as far as I could find in my research.
Thanks for 8 months, dude.
Not that I have any actual experience, but that's what I was able to find. In the briefing document, there is a snapshot of the Canadian sectional if that helps you. The dashed lines are just their suggested VFR paths, which I don't know if any of that applies to us here today. There is a snapshot of Whitehorse chart as well. I would recommend using or filing a flight plan should we have any ATC that you would have to get into contact with. They would be able to see what our expectation is. Otherwise, if your weather is poor, I'd suggest setting the sim weather to VFR so you can navigate through the mountains a little bit easier. So I guess I'd open up to any questions if anybody has any.
FYI, Edmonton did just come on a couple minutes ago.
Very good. So looks like we will have some coverage.
Nice.
With Edmonton Center. So that's pretty nice for us. So I guess as you're climbing out of Skagway to give a Edmonton Center a call for your approach into Whitehorse.
Cool.
Any other questions? All right, well, happy flying everybody, and thanks for joining here tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
All right, everybody. Well, there you go. There you have it. It's gonna be a fun night, as you can see. We will be in the Twin Otter, and want to take just a second to welcome. We've got Connor Nix here and Good Fixins, Brett Good Fixins, Leonmeister coming in with the 8-month reascription, man. Thank you so much. All right, just a little. We're gonna kind of let things shake out a little bit here, because if we do have ATC, that's really cool. But what we are gonna do is a slightly different departure. Yep, Bussy Pants again, right? Yeah, man. Well, I found some pretty cool scenery spread. I think you might get a kick out of this. But anyway, here's what we're going to do. So most everybody from the Flying Club is going to be departing from Juneau, and as you saw, heading up the Lynn Canal to the north. We are going to take we're going to take a little detour here. I found 2 sceneries that are really cool. One of them is Schnedestein Private, and then there's this one down here. This is called Randolph Peak Airport. This is a fictional airport, so I have no idea if we'll find it or if we will not. But that's about where it is at, according to the latitude and longitude of what it gives us. There is a way to put. You know what? I could maybe do that. Hold on. Stand by. Let me go to Randolph Peak here because it does give us a. Yeah. How about let's see if we can put that in there. 57. Yada yada yada. 57. Yeah. See, the problem is it's darn near 58. 58. Let's just get a sense of where we're at. And 134. God darn it.
Looks like Edmonton flight service station is online.
All right, 57 and 134. That's actually pretty close, honestly. Did I just screw up? All right. Anyway,
Yeah, I think
we're gonna
even though they're
attempt.
flight service station, I think they still are referred to as Edmonton
No,
Center, but
that's
I'm sure
not.
correct
That's
us if I'm
not.
wrong on that.
That's way off.
I have no idea.
I
I've
can
never
see
flown
based
outside
on.
the continental US.
I can see based on the map
It's a rarity for myself as well.
that we're in this
Well,
neck
yeah,
of the
I've
woods
landed
here.
a couple times, but that's always on YouTube.
I had anyway. We'll see if we can
I
find
will
it.
say that what we consider approach
Samson,
or
I don't way out.
departure
Swimming,
consider to be a terminal.
Simmons, Swanson?
Maybe it's on the briefcase. Look on the.
Oh yeah, it's right here. Samsonite. I was way
One
off.
other thing,
So
I'm not
hopefully
sure
we
how
can-
much
With an S, though.
radar coverage they get just because of the mountains.
Hopefully we can find this. The plan is to fly out through this little Gastineau Canal into the Stevens Passage and then up this little Spiel arm here and see if we can find that initial spot. Then we'll come down here. We'll try to find this fictional Randolph, and then if we're lucky, we will be able to buzz over here to another one of these little cool gems, this Excursion Inlet, and the plan for that is basically to hop over the top of this ridgeline and kind of right in there-ish, and then fly up the waterway here. Maybe even can pick up the
Looks like
Sisters
real-world weather
Island.
is just good enough, at least in Microsoft.
And up there, and then after Excursion Inlet, then hopefully everybody is sort of sorted themselves out. We'll head up to Skagway. You know, we've got about 63 miles, and then we'll head up
Yeah, low and
to
slow should be good for me. If the clouds are high enough.
Whitehorse. Downwind Sim is here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How are you? How are you? How are you? So the hey, hello. That was a Stoll arrival if I ever saw one. And Pentagon, how's it going? Rob, good to see you. Good to see you. Ralph, I did not reach back out to you today regarding scenery because I think I might maybe have figured out what's going on. So, yeah, anyway, so I wasn't ignoring you. I appreciate the offer to help me out like you did last night, but yeah, I think maybe we've got it figured out. Junior First Officer, as far as I know, is doing well. I actually have not heard back today, and I'm kind of thinking no news is good news at this point. So, battery coming on, and let's see, position light can come on, passenger signs coming on. The Jenny's on as well. Strobes, nothing yet. None of this stuff quite yet. Arm the emergency light. And let's see if we can get this bad boy fired up here. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Happy Sunday. It's back-to-back bonus streams on a Sunday. How about that? Crazy, right? Got a good
So you guys
start
take
here.
off. If you look to your left, if you're Microsoft, the water is liquid just to the south, and then you can see a transition to ice. It's a nice effect.
Yep. Made the decision.
I didn't realize I had done that in Microsoft. That's pretty awesome.
Made the
Yeah.
decision to
Surprise for me,
fly Microsoft Flight Sim tonight just because of things like that. So what a day after that. Yeah, man. And turns out, Panigan, I don't think I had the actual world update. I think I still was flying in the regular scenery there. So yeah, heck, it was beautiful, but it did. But Sim Caesar is flying over there right now, and I think I missed a world update, or there's a file that I still don't have downloaded just because of my marketplace is not is not accessible right now for some reason. So it's kind of weird. Kind of weird. All right, just gonna double check here. Basically, Juno can't really rely on the altimeter there. The altimeter is 296, but we are going to cross-reference it with the elevation of 23 feet. Yeah, we're pretty close right where we are right now, so we're going to go with that. We'll be out of here on a making kind of a left-hand traffic pattern and departing the area on 09 or 7 heading. Spin that around. But yeah, man, it was good. I went kind of in between and took care of a bunch of honeydews, and yeah, here I am back horsing around in the sim. How about that? Okay, that all looks good. And we do have a flight plan filed. We're going to go ahead and squawk VFR, which I'm kind of, they're wanting us to be 7,000, which we don't have to be 7,000. Is this picking up my, yeah, it is. And then we have potentially some coverage here. Oh, no, not quite. This is Edmonton, but that's not us. This is Anchorage Center from where we're at, so we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about that. But what we do need to do is we need to find runway 20. And I think, oh, you know what I did not do is I didn't put this in here. Stand by just 1 second. I need to put this in my moving maps just so I have an idea of where we're at. PAJ and Juno and CY Whitehorse. CYXY.
Juno traffic, Diamond Twin 5615 November is taxiing runway 26 on Alpha.
Tommy is Tommy's with us, and he is in the DA62. It sounds like awesome. That's a cool choice. Our taxi brief is going to look like this. We're going to go ahead and go. We're going to hang a left on. Is this what is this? Bravo. It's on Bravo all the way down here to 26. And we'll depart again. We'll be departing to the west. We'll be making a left-hand turn, coming back toward our little. There is a water runway there. Yeah, Juno has a really cool scenery. I like it a lot. Okay. Heck, if nobody else is going, I think we may go here. We're pretty well ready to rock. Juno traffic, Twin Otter 11816 is on the taxi, runway 26. We'll be on Bravo, Juno.
Juno traffic, Cessna 172 Delta Echo, this is Cessna Skyhawk 172. I'm at the FBO here. I'm going to be taxiing the runway 26 via Alpha Golf. Juno traffic.
That's a much better check-in than what I just did. Guy has some real-world experience, maybe. All I'm looking for is anybody that's we're getting in the way of.
Juno traffic, Twin Otter
Hey,
Board,
Tip
Tango
Dog.
Whiskey, northwest ramp by the FBO taxiing to 26, Juno.
Juno traffic, Warrior 276 November Delta, taxiing to runway 26 via Alpha Golf. Following other traffic. Juno traffic.
Juno traffic, November 538 Tango Whiskey Kodiak is departing on runway 26 to the west. Juno.
All right. But, yep, you're in the... Oh, Tim, you're in the Cody. That's a fantastic choice. I think that if I wasn't flying this, that would be what I'm in, honestly. Perfect airplane for this. Can go slow enough to enjoy things, but has the power to climb up and over if you need to. There's somebody holding for me. Thank you. Hey, what's going on, dude? Hello. We don't need this whole runway, but we're going to take it just because I think everybody's kind of heading down this way. And that's cool. That's cool. All right. Need taxi lights. But yeah, guys, either whatever sim you're using, there's a departure.
Juno traffic, Beaver, Charlie Mike India Motel, taxi to runway 26 via Alpha, Juno.
Yeah, the Beaver's a good choice tonight. Also, man, so many good options, really. The fields of Skagway and Whitehorse are long enough, really, that you can have whatever you want. You don't need some stole, bush plane per se. Now where we're going, it may be a little more challenging, but the first couple of legs anyway. But we'll see. Like I said, I haven't previewed it, so I don't know if they are installed correctly, if they look good or what. So we're just going to kind of roll with it. Do I have my flaps set yet? Flap set to 10.
Juno traffic, Kodiak 8 Tango Whiskey is clear of runway 26.
You're not going to do a run up. Just going to roll with it here.
Juno traffic, Diamond Twin 15 November, taking off runway 26, right turn out to the northwest, Juno.
And
Juno traffic, Skylane November 8033 Foxtrot is taxiing to runway 26 via Charlie Alpha from the ramp, Juno.
there's November 8033 Foxtrot. That's Michael. All paved runways. Skagway and Whitehorse, yes. The 3 that I'm going to, no, I don't believe so. I don't believe any of them are. Let's hang here for just a second. Let's get everything ready to go. We need anti-collision lights on, strobes on. Well, let's get the flight compartment fans going. Pitot heat can come on, and caution light. Yeah, that's all fine. Good. Bus ties to they can stay normal. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. Juno traffic, Twin Otter 816 is departing runway 26, Juno. Are anybody coming on final? Don't believe so. Runway, who knows? Can't see for squat. First officer, are we clear? So we have somebody landing illegally. Yeah, we're clear. Good to go. So yeah, I hope these bonus airstrips pan out, and I don't spend 45 minutes looking for the first one and then get so far behind. But yeah, we'll see. Right hand pattern back to the southeast. I'm sorry, left hand departure back to the southeast. All right, we're on the roll. Airspeed is alive. We're up on 2 wheels, apparently. A little more wind here, maybe, than I thought. Let's rotate. Oh, that was an interesting departure. Yikes. Man, oh man. there we go. We're going to be turning back this way and kind of heading down the canal, basically.
Juneau traffic, Warrior 276 November Delta, departing runway 26 from taxiway Gulf. It will be a left turnout VFR to the west. I'll have the Otter in sight.
Oh, left turnout.
Juneau traffic.
What? Am I going? What am I already lost? I'm going to be going back southeast. Juneau traffic, Twin Otter is climbing through 1,200. We're turning left-hand downwind, departing the area to the southeast. Juneau. Did they update the Twin Otter? Well, I am actually using the FT Sim Plus update. So it is basically it's the what did he like the King Air or something like that he grabbed, but he's actually done a couple of updates for it, and yeah, it sounds good. It definitely is an improvement on what that default sound was. So pretty happy with it overall. Steve, how are you, man? It's not winter in Melvin world. Yeah, what the heck? I thought I'm in real time. Maybe I'm not. Real time, real weather. Let me check here. Weather, live weather. No, I don't have that on. Why it won't let me? Oh, because I moved the time slider back.
Warrior 276 November Delta, departing the area VFR to the west off the left.
March 27th.
From runway 26.
Real time, real weather. It's not giving me live weather.
Tango Whiskey's departing 26. We'll be right hand turn to the northwest, Juneau.
Okay, let's we'll go live time here. We'll see how much time we have left. That's really weird. It's not giving me the option to run wheel Webble. Hunting wabbits. That's really strange. All right, let's level off here at 3.5 and see if we can figure out where the heck we're at. Should be heading down this little what's it called? The Gastineau Channel. Yeah, that's right. And we don't need to get too high because we're going to be following the waterway the whole time. Wheel, weather, will we? Yeah. Yeah, I will be. If we're hunting wabbits, I will be.
Alright, let's see how that works out.
747, clean up the slide.
Hey, Mr. Cross the Pond, how are you, man? Why would it not be letting me do real weather? Or live weather?
That's a little better.
It's odd. That's Discord. Rob Valkyrie, welcome. Hello, sir. Good to see you, my man. We're going against the pack here, against the grain, to see if we can find a couple of these little airstrips. We're going to get out of the channel here. We're going to keep going down past Grand Island.
Juneau traffic, Cessna 172 Delta goes departing runway 26 with intentions to leave the pattern to the northwest. Juneau traffic.
It's this big island right there, and then we're going to come down to basically the first left-hand little turn we can make.
Traffic 294 Tango Whiskey's clear the area to the west.
Spiel arm of the Spiel River. So, yeah, we'll see how that works out. We're looking for the Schnedestein airfield, which is apparently it's a seaplane base as well. Oh, and I've just what happened there? I overstressed. Did I overspeed? What happened there, guys? Oh my goodness. Sigh. Did I I must have been overspeeding, but I didn't. Well, okay, I guess we're going to start that over just in time. Yeah, Rob. Yeah, no doubt about it. I've had that do, and you had to disable that in the past. All right. All right, stand by. All right, you guys have vertigo yet? Kind of makes me want to, before we do anything here, kind of makes me want to see if I can get this. I can't. All right, we're going to do this. Hold on for a second here. I'm actually just going to back all the way out. And as long as we're restarting, we're kind of in the back of the conga line anyway. Let's see what's happening. Coming into Burbank, your 737, you came in slow and kerplunked it down with a negative 900. Hey, that sounds kind of like me, man. So part of the deal here that I'm a little worried about is this is where my world update, the last file is, and it's been unavailable for me for like the whole day. And so I'm really wondering what the heck is going on. And this is including a full-on computer restart. So I don't know what, I really don't know what's going on here. I'm offline. It's saying I'm offline. So that's also not correct. So I wonder if it somehow bumped me offline. Like, sometimes it'll say you're whatever, you don't have enough. Yeah, I'm offline. Why am I offline? Okay, all that's back online now. Let's go back here and just see. Welcome. That's still unavailable though. But maybe that'll fix my yeah, so I'm online North Europe. I mean, I just did a flight today. All right, all that's fine. Live weather. There we go. Live weather is set. Real time is set. All right, let's try this again here. I have no idea where I'm at. We'll go GA. Load it up here and give it a try. Hey, there's Versanctus checking back in. Good evening. Yeah, this is the Otter flight, and we just spit the bit a little bit. Honestly, I think I must have overstressed the airplane. But yeah, Rob, it's very strange, and I don't know. I really don't know. Microsoft sees I have two simulators, and they introduced a worm to crash X-plane. now Laminar's done the same thing in reverse. Maybe. There we go. This is a little more wintry. Yeah, a little more wintry. Now I'm actually kind of concerned about this because if I have too much snow on the ground, I may not be able to see my airports. So here I am, all worried about live weather, and I'm gonna come right back in here and I'm gonna mess around with things a little bit. Custom. Let's like snow depth. Can I do snow depth here? I can do a couple inches. I like the effect here. There we go. 3 inches of snow. So, but yeah, then you lose the sky. So what does it say here? It says broken at 6,500, few at 3,000. So yeah, we'll just do a few clouds here. Something like that looks good. Snow depth of about 3 inches. That generally gives you coverage, but you can still see the runway. Yeah, let's try that. I have 3 inches of snow. I didn't notice that. Let me see here. Oh yeah, sure enough. Temperature is 50 degrees. How about that? Are you guys? Nothing gets by you. Oh, you're fine. You're flying. It's fine. Your Scud running at 25. All right. Well, if Steve PHL says we're good, then we're going with it, man. We are going with it. All right. Let's try this again. Luckily, this is not a hard plane to get started. We're gonna go ahead, get the fuel pumps on here. We're gonna hop up and turn the battery switches on. We're gonna jump in here again and make sure that oh my goodness gracious, generators need to come on. Anti-collision will come on. Passenger signs, I don't need any of this just yet. Am I fully forward? Yes, I am. Okay, that looks good. All right, let's do this. Oh, how's everybody doing? It's snowing in Florida. Yeah, you guys get the snow with the 59-degree weather down there down in Florida on Pentagon. All right. Yeah. So anyway, Sanctus, man, you got here just in time. Good to see you again. And word on the street, Vfr Sanctus is I actually did not have the proper world update. For some reason, Tuba Flight, hey man, how's it going? For some reason, my marketplace is not available, and so yeah, I think I'm missing a file. And so what we flew today was, even though it looked good, it wasn't actually the updated airport with the world with the bespoke airports. So I'm kind of bummed out about that. I'm mainly bummed out because I was really looking forward to seeing what that new world looked like. I don't think I turned the bleed airs on last time. We're just turning everything on right now. We're just going to blast people out of here. All right, anybody still left? Oh, I need to reconnect to VATSIM. Ben, how are you, man? All right, let's try that again. So we're gonna taxi runway 26, which is out that way. I think I actually managed to park myself further away than I did before. I know, but didn't it look good, Rob? I mean, man, I thought it looked great. I thought it looked really good. I guess I'm easy to please. And let's turn this on. 1200. Squawk and Charlie. But yeah, once I saw, Sim Caesar and the crew that were doing their flight, their Sunday flight up there, I'm like, holy cow! Yeah, there's some things up there now that are just absolutely awesome. Some of the castles and just those waypoints that they have. It's really, really amazing. You can't fly tonight. You're hanging with your parents. Hey, that's all right, man. That's totally fine. Totally fine. Okay, let's see where I'm going here. I'm a little bit behind the 8-ball, but we're okay. I think everybody must be gone. There was a pretty small crew tonight. Just it's a Sunday, right? So it's a little bit lighter on a Sunday. And I think that's fine. It's a lot of times it's kind of family time, and luckily my wife is sick and tired of me, so she told me to go downstairs. Fail. All right, there we go. Yep, we're heading generally in the direction we want to go. Juneau traffic. Twin Otter, November 11816, coming out of the FBO with the second aircraft, taxiing runway 26 via Alpha at Juneau Trap. Usually these events are not ones where we bend airframes, but that was a
Juneau traffic,
full-on.
November 8033 Foxtrot is taxiing runway 26 via Alpha at Juneau.
It was a full-on, I think, mid-air breakup. At least I'm not the only one coming out of here. Looks like Michael, November 8033 Foxtrot. He's probably streaming this also, by the way, guys. I think Tommy, you'll recognize that flight sim dude. He's probably streaming. So you'll have plenty of options to watch what's going on tonight. All right, let's set the flaps to flaps 10. All looks groovy. And we'll rock and roll. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see the center line here, and the clouds really do look awesome. So we're going to head back again. As you guys know, we're heading right back down that little straight, and seeing if we can make it into the first of 3 little hidden gem airstrips here that we found on the flightsim.to. I'll share those links with you guys once I get going. Tank Top Man is still in Key West. Oh. Oh man, that guy, he's all ripped up, man. If we looked like him, Rob, we'd be wearing tank tops too, buddy. Oh, he's back. All right. I think maybe we'll take this intersection departure here. Where are we at? Juneau traffic. Twin Otter 816 is going to take the intersection departure, runway 26 at Foxtrot. We'll be departing left-hand downwind back to the southeast. Juneau traffic. I don't think we need the whole. I don't think we need the whole shoot match here, guys. Especially if everybody else is sort of on their way already. But let's make sure we stay on the pavement so we don't get stuck. And again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Virtual USA Flying Club's Trail of 98 event. Welcome. My name is Brant. This is the Melvin Leroy channel. And this is kind of what we do here. We fly in Alaska and we break airplanes. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But we have fun doing it. Alright guys, here we go. We did have that little bit of crosswind. I'm kind of ready for that now. Got up on two wheels last time. See, it's really tipping us here.
Skagway's pretty neat.
Gorgeous area. Yeah, very beautiful area up there. And away we go. Okay, nobody out to our left here. Juneau traffic, Twin Otter 816 is turning left-hand downwind, departing the area back to the southeast. Juneau.
Yeah, I got to visit that Skagway once about 8 years ago, coming in on a cruise ship. It's
Juneau traffic, Skylane November 8033 Foxtrot is taking 26, and we're going to be making a left downwind for a northwest departure, Juneau.
Why is he saying northwest departure? Left downwind takes you back to the southeast. Maybe it's because he's sneaking out of the little scenery right there, the little low spot in the hill. That must be why. All right, let's keep, I guess, a close eye on the airspeed. Pulling back right now. Flaps are coming up. Can you see outside? Here you go. What do we have here? It's Masoud SF. Hello, Masoud SF. We're up here. This is Juneau. Yeah, thanks for the follow, man. Just open the window and stick my head out. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt like happened last time. That's what it sort of acted like.
Juneau traffic, Challenger November 60.
Alright, we gotta get back in here and fly this baby.
Flying over Marmion Island.
To the great Melvin Leroy channel.
Miles to the south.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Rob, but
a modified final, straight-in final for runway 26. Juneau traffic.
Anything great about my channel is the people in the chat, so welcome. Good to have you. So we're heading down here. We're going to be shooting down. Everybody else is heading up towards Skagway, and we're trying to go down and visit a spot called Schnedestein. It's a little private strip down here on the Spiel River. We have to kind of fly down about 30 miles here. Whoops! And I was going to take that map away so you guys knew I wasn't cheating. And we're heading down the Gastineau Canal. And yeah, beverages are hashtag not sponsored. I don't have any beverage tonight. Oh man, I gotta go get myself a not sponsored Diet Dr. Not sponsored, don't I? 1,500 is a legal VFR eastbound altitude, even though we technically filed 3,500, but I think we're okay. And here's that same little villa. Township Looks pretty cool under snow.
Skyline November 803 Foxtrot is departing the area to the northwest along the Lynn Canal. Last call, Juno.
Yep, so I see what he was doing. They've got to kind of make that left-hand turn out. Oh, we got somebody coming over top of our head. Nice. Yeah, they had to kind of make a little bit of a left-hand crosswind departure to avoid terrain there, climbing out of Juneau. It's that same hill. I don't remember what the name of that hill is. It's that same hill. You kind of have to work your way around when you're flying into it. It's got that cool approach, kind of that offset localizer approach. So when we get down here to the mouth of this channel, it'll open up a little bit. We don't want to come clear around to the left. That's the Taku Inlet. We want to keep going. You can see that big land mass out in front of us. I think that's the Grand Island.
4 mile final.
Gonna go past the Grand Island, and then we'll turn left at the that next little river inlet there. What's it called again? The Spiel. Oh, hey, there's a pause. Oh boy, that made me nervous. The Spiel arm of the Spiel River, basically. So, yeah. Anyway, good to have you along. Happy Sunday, everybody. Spring break at the Melvin Leroy household, and life is good. I was able to eat lunch and dinner out on the back deck tonight. Ah, so good. So good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Probably going to make my first fly fishing trip tomorrow. Super pumped about that. And yeah, let the festivities begin. It's been snowing here today, Fixie said. Oh no. We've got some of that weather coming our way on Tuesday, I guess. So that's why I'm going to try to sneak out tomorrow. My mom and I are going to go. My mom is an avid fisherman, 77 years old, and can outfish me any day of the week.
Yeah, I can see why it's right traffic now for 2-0. Scenery has a bunch of large yachts parked on that side of the runway. Or on the side you're not supposed to be on.
Alright, so here's the Taku Inlet. Again, we don't want to turn left here. We want to keep going. You can see straight ahead the Grand Island, and we want to just keep going past that. I'm going to stay to the right of it because we're not going to climb up very high, but just past the Grand Island we should have the Spiel River. Now, one thing I'm going to do though is I am going to do a little scouting trip here because this island right in front of us here is it's the island that contains that fictional airstrip. So let me see if I can fly over the top of it. Maybe we can get a sense of exactly where that's at. Keep your... I actually think where we're at is more anchorage coverage, isn't it?
Well, Edmonton Center, according to that spy and all that, it's
Juneau traffic, November 69, your top is clear, only 26, taxiing around Juneau.
It's just that weird area where I'm not quite sure who covers what, but we'll be ready for it. Alright.
Yeah, I think I plan to contact them about the time I'm crossing over the U.S.-Canadian border.
Yeah, I think that sounds like the best plan. Alright guys, we're just sort of looking here, and I think it's a little past. Again, it's the scenery is fictional, and it does give us some coordinates, latitude, longitude, and it mentions that it's on a sandbar, but yeah. Zach, ForeFlight shows the airspace is a few miles north of Skagway, and oh, okay, so that's kind of the spot to make contact in. Thanks, Zach. there's terrain out there, Betty. Appreciate that. There's Grand Island. And maybe up here, this little flat spot, possibly. Yeah. I hear you. Betty, do you call the male version Betty, or do you call him something else? Yeah, you see the water kind of breaking up over there. It's not just pure ice anymore. That's a cool effect. So, by the way, you see the junior first officer bought
FS scenery. I just put that hangar up there a couple days ago. Thought it was a nice addition. The
JFO bot announcement. Probably look for another bonus stream for me. Tomorrow night will be, I'm almost positive we'll be doing something up in the Moncton area. So if we are, then I'm definitely going to be streaming it. The evil Betty or Brian or Bertie. Yeah, I just didn't know if there was like an official name for it. Seems weird calling a dude Betty, but hey, this is the 20s, so maybe it's all good. I don't know. All right, kind of tough to see anything here, guys. So it'll be I guess we'll just fly by on the way. I kind of pictured it being a little short of this mountain here, so somewhere kind of back in that area there, but I certainly don't see anything. So I don't know. We'll see.
Chilkoot Pass is passable in real weather.
Nice. Steve's always out front, man, blazing the trail, cutting trail. I love it. So there is a little harbor here. I think it's just right in there, called the Taku Harbor. It's got a seaplane base in it. I don't think it's modeled in the default Microsoft Flight Sim, and I couldn't find any scenery in the flightsim.to. But this corner that we're looking at right up there, that's the one I believe we need, and we'll head up that little inlet about 10 miles or so.
I think when you're landing on the water, you still want to announce what the approximate runway numbers would be.
Groaning Gary, Zach Bartig says. Hey, there's Steve-O 99 sneaking in on me there. Steve, how are you, man? Good to see you, buddy. Okay, this is just a little. This on the sectional. There's a little cabin up here. So you can hear the chatter from the Virtual USA Flying Club Discord in the background. By the way, if you want to join the Virtual USA Flight Club, Virtual USA Flying Club. Sorry about that, Mike. It's pretty simple. You're going to see a link that comes around here in a little bit. It's a link to our Discord, and if you follow that link, go to the waiting room and put your information in there. One of our administrators will take a look at it. Yep, there's where the ice ends and the water begins. That's way cool. Really, it's simple. You don't need much. You just need a valid VATSIM ID, and you need to be in good standing, and you need to have a tail number that you'd like to be known by. That's how we kind of keep track of everybody in the Virtual USA Flying Club. So if you're interested, if you like general aviation and you like having an organized event 3 to 4 times or sometimes more per month, then this is a pretty good flight club to be a part of, to be associated with. And once you get approved, by the way, you'll have access to all of our calendar information, and you can see what's coming up. I've got a flight plan scheduled in April, and this is the kind of stuff that we do. Just about weekly you have something. Sometimes they get bunched up a little bit, but almost on a weekly basis you'll have some place to fly your favorite GA aircraft. And don't worry about the fact that it says Virtual USA Flying Club. We take anybody. All countries are welcome.
And if you guys want to keep going, I'm just sitting here watching the landings.
Alright, we're turning in, and hopefully we've got this correct little inlet, the Spiel arm of the Spiel River. Heading up towards some more glacier activity here. This is kind of a neat little spot, but on the left-hand side, about 10 miles in, we should see the river should open up just a little bit, and we should see something on the left-hand side. It's a little seaplane base, and then a rather short airstrip. What's Sky Vector say we should be expecting here? Probably should look at that. Schnedestein. Looks like it's a 2,500 foot gravel runway, and it's runway 15 and 33. So let's kind of set a little bit of an OBS here, so we kind of know where we're at. So yeah, coming up this little river, we're going to be sort of on a right-hand downwind for runway 33. What's the wind? The wind situation was kind of favoring that westbound-ish approach, so we're going to be expecting runway 33. We'll see. This is, by the way, if you're interested, this first scenery. This is a flight sim.to scenery. It's for Microsoft Flight Sim only, but there's the link to it if you want to check it out. Add that to your collection. Oh boy, we got a little fork in the road here. Oh man, what the heck?
Looks like the taxiway goes out farther than the runway does.
We're gonna stay left. It looks like on our.
Oh wait, here, short of that taxiway.
Yep, we're gonna stay left here. I think we're kind of right in this area right here, guys. So we're gonna stay left. Follow up this left-hand side. That's all I'm using right now, by the way. I'm just using pure Sky Vector. I'm not using anything else, and so it's guaranteed that I'll be hopelessly lost here within the next 20 minutes. It does look like we have a little bit of room to negotiate once we get in here. I know it kind of feels tight, but the clouds are up high enough. If we need to, we could climb just a little bit. This way to the glacier. This, by the way, this leads you to the actually that right-hand turn leads you to the Whiting River, and this takes you straight up to the Spiel Glacier. All right, here we go. So we're going to head in here. It narrows just a little bit, and look for the spot in the river where it opens up a little bit here.
I haven't got the guts to land at 15-mile-an-hour winds.
Don't seem bad for me. Anyways, live weather, there's like ice everywhere.
I'm surprised that we're not picking up a little bit of ice ourselves, but of course we've stayed out of the clouds for the most part. Okay. Let's take a look-see. It would be right around this corner, just off to our left, if it's in fact here. And again, I did not have time, unfortunately, to... I thought I had all this stuff loaded in here, but I don't think I did. Oh, there we go. I think I see the runway coming straight in. Heck yeah. There it is. Alright. So we're going to overfly here and come right back here to land on runway 33. Schnedestein traffic. Otter 11816 is going to overfly the field at 2,500. We're going to do a left-hand 180 and approach runway 33, Schnedestein. I climbed a little bit more than I thought. Could have almost, had I been paying attention, I could have almost shot that sucker straight in. In fact, I think maybe what we'll do while we have space is let's do the 180 right here, short of the runway. And maybe I can fly a regular left-hand traffic pattern here. I think we've got room.
That's cool. Looks like Center put the ATIS up for us.
Okay, let's get ourselves down here about 1,500. And we'll fly our pattern. Yep, there we go. That's what we landed at. Kind of a cool little spot. Schnedestein traffic. Twin Otter 816 is overflying the field 1,300, jumping into left-hand pattern runway 33, Schnedestein. On that left crosswind. Got a pretty good idea of where we're landing.
Gotta remember that Canada's VFR squawk is 7,000 instead of 1,200.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were 12. And our terrain's kind of carved out a little bit strange on the sides here. Okay, it's not going to be the classic traffic pattern because of terrain. Probably would have been more appropriate to shoot a right-hand traffic pattern, but yeah, look at that. That's not great. But you get that a little bit up here in Alaska, where the ortho or the programmetry is not. Like, it's tough to get good ortho images up here. Schnedestein traffic. Twin Otter 816 is turning final runway 33, Schnedestein. You have your eye on the Otter. Sanctus is saying, yeah, it's
on tc.canada.ca it says squawk.
It is a really fun, really versatile aircraft, buddy. It's definitely what we like to do. So, yeah, I didn't take it out very far, did I? Our first notch of flaps are coming in. We're going to have to chop and drop here, boys and girls.
What's that website you were saying?
Second notch of flaps coming in. Here's where it's nice to have reversers. Nice to have beta. Third notch of flaps. Yep, we're a little high, but we can go down the way a little bit here. I think we'll be just fine. Kind of overshot it both ways, didn't I? Typical bush style landing here, boys.
Maybe it's Europe. I'm thinking of the 7,000.
30, 20, 10.
Down yet? It's hard to tell. I think we're down. Need reversers. Where are you, reversers? Didn't reverse on me. Oh, that's not good. Weird. Did not go to reverse, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that real fast because that's a key component to this aircraft that I really like. Let's set the parking brake here real quick. Let's take a look around this place. It's just
base and final almost because
it doesn't have a lot here.
That's Skagway because it's so narrow.
I guess let's make sure we landed on the Not on the regular runway here. Oh yeah, there we go. We're on the right spot. We're on the right spot. Boy, this doesn't look much like my scenery update, though. Man, I kind of wonder now if it really got where it was supposed to go. Might be one of those days, huh? Well, let's clean up flaps and turn it around. We'll head out of here. Make a little bit of a downwind departure there. Doesn't look like the advertisement, does it, Rob? It's kind of a bummer if that's the case. I wonder if it's worth taking a look at here. Spawn back in, maybe. I don't know. Kind of makes me nervous about the other airports too, though. I know I've spawned in at Skagway, and I've spawned in at Whitehorse. Those are the two main ones, but I really wanted to show you guys these ones here. Oh, you know what? I know why the reversers didn't work. I don't think I chose my controls. I think I'm still flying on the Challenger. Yeah, I still have the Challenger set up here. So let's change that to the Twin Otter. That will help out greatly. There we go. I can leave the Alpha control where it's at because that's basically the same thing. That'll help a little bit. But let me check my mess of a community folder shortcut. So this is PA. No, this is what? What did I just share with you guys? This is, oh, wait a second, Schnedestein, sorry. Hold the phone. Yeah, this has got some cool stuff in it that I don't see. What I shared with you, the first one was Randolph, guys. I'm sorry about that, but this is what Schnedestein looks like. And check it out here. It has this power plant and this this dirt strip. It's got a little bit of a seaplane. I mean, look at that. That looks amazing. But I certainly I didn't see that guy. So this is 7AK2, but it won't be listed as that, will it? It'll be listed as Schnedestein, Alaska, Elemental PQRS. I surely don't see it there. Jim, hey, you're back. How are you, man? You heard X-Pilot folks having a hard time running. Have you heard of X-Pilot giving folks a hard time running it either on X-Plane or MSFS? So X-Pilot only works for X-Plane. If you want to run a pilot client on MSFS, you need vPilot, which is very close to X-Pilot, but is specifically made for P3D, FSX, and MSFS. All right, I think maybe I didn't get this sucker downloaded, you guys. I'm kind of bummed about this. There it is. Hydroelectric power project. Here's, Nassau. There's the airport, Nassau, 7AK. See, there it is. It's all there. 7AK, the runway, the Thompson Pass, the old, it's all there. The pile, the stone. Maybe I should have just dropped it in like this. Do you think? Do you think putting it in all split up like that made it an issue? All right, I'm not going to worry about it right now because that'll take time, but I'm going to come back to this, guys. Anyway, don't make the same mistake I made, I guess. But yeah, so So no, X Pilot has been working pretty well. It did have a recent update, so make sure you get the most recent version of it. But that's about the only thing. Is every once in a while it'll have an update you have to do. Where the heck am I? Where's my runway? Oh, right there. But no, it should. It's been working pretty good. It's a pretty reliable little pilot client. And we're gonna get out of here, guys. We're gonna line up roughly where we think the runway is and try not to break through the ice. All right, let's before we do anything here.
Go listen to the ATIS at our destination. It's kind of funny how it pronounces Lima.
So we're out of here. We're gonna head back down the little river here, and then what we think is
I'll pay attention
roughly
to that when I get up there.
a 236. And well, you downloaded the beta version, but it's been giving you a hard time. 236.
Have any of you actually contacted Sender yet?
Let me see what I have here real fast. Let's see, resources, plugins, X-Pilots. Now, actually, that's not going to help me. I thought maybe I could figure out what version I was running. Rob, do you know how to figure out what's the latest version of X-Pilot? Can you share that with Jim for me, please? All right, here we go, guys. Flaps are set to 10. We're estimating the runway. Oh yeah, we're on it. And we're flying. Alright, well, we'll see you later, Schnedestein, and we'll be back with proper scenery next time. Jim tried to find another, so there we go. Rob is sharing with you the most current stable version. I would try to maybe switch out and use that if that's not something that you're already using there, Jim. That's the one we all have set up, and it seems to be working pretty well. There's about the only complaint I'm hearing is that one of the two just still has some pretty loud volume levels for controllers and pilots. It kind of, I think it's X-Pilot where you kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit. And Rob is saying that one has all the versions. Yeah, good deal. Thank you, Rob, for doing that, by the way. Rob's one of our mods here on the channel. I really appreciate his help. He does a great job. He's an awesome dude. He's getting ready to fly across the pond, and that's coming up. What, next weekend, right? On the 2nd of April. Should be a lot of fun. I opted out. I just had too much craziness going on in my world. Yeah, Tim Dog says Saturday. A little too much craziness going on in my world with the junior first officer being here potentially. And so I went ahead and just decided to pass on that. But I need to do one. I had a lot of fun doing the Cross the Land event. Rob and I and Tuba Flight, we flew from Jordan to Geneva. And it was an absolute blast. I really enjoyed that. And Rob, again, I think I asked you this, and if you answered already, I apologize, but you fixed hopefully your crash to desktop issue. You'll feel nice and stable about things, I hope. All right, 2,500 will be good for us. have pulled back the RPMs into the green, manifold pressure into the green. We're kind of just monitoring our airspeed here so we don't rip the wings off like we did the first time climbing out of Juneau. Okay, and this is the one, this is the Randolph Peak airport we're going to, and it looks like this if we can find it. Again, this is not a real airport, but it's got some pretty cool little work done, and I thought it'd be worth checking out. But as you can see, it's a pretty short, stubby little guy. So yeah, 450 meter long gravel runway, 50 miles, approximately 50 miles southeast on the Admiralty Island, which is exactly where we'll be pointed when we exit out here. We're going to get turned. I have an approximate 236 heading that we're going to follow, and we're going to see. Oh, it went okay halfway across, so fingers crossed. Yeah, buddy. Well, I guess all you can do is just enjoy the process, right? Enjoy the what airport are you departing from, and what are you trying to go toward? This is the westbound one, correct? Coming from.
Message to the controller about if we're supposed to contact him when going into Canada. It says your obligation is only to call when entering the control zone, whatever that's supposed to mean.
So we just need to double check and see if any of the airfields that we're heading into are controlled fields.
Whitehorse is, so I'm guessing control zone is the same as their Delta airspace around Whitehorse.
I would agree.
Yeah, that's probably what. Yeah.
Okay, so here we are coming around, and we're going to look for the that big island. And again, if we don't see it, I'm not going to spend too much time looking for it. It looked to me when I put the actual latitude and longitude into Acme Mapper, and it looked to me like it was this little plateau area just short of the mountains here at our 11 o'clock. So that's what we're going to look for. And again, if we find it, great. If not, we're just going to keep going and try to get up and over the top of this next ridge line here. The weather may make that not possible, so we may be forced. That would mean we would miss out on the Excursion Inlet. But I've got a couple things we might be able to do to find Excursion Inlet. And if none of it works, well, then you know what, doggone it, we'll just we'll head on up. We'll hit Skagway and Whitehorse, which those two are nothing to shake a stick at either. So let's go ahead and get our eyeballs on here and see if we can locate anything that resembles an airstrip. Suspiciously airstrippy, right? Isn't that what Slant Alpha would say? It may be a little bit camouflaged with the snow as well, but I'm actually looking for buildings as much as I'm looking for anything else. And after the lack of success of my initial scenery install, I'm not holding out a lot of hope here. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I think we may have found it. Ah, yes indeed. Whoops, yes indeed. All right, guys. So it looks like we're kind of on the heading right now. Let's fly a left-hand pattern here, and let's see if we can Let's see if we can land this sucker. Alright, very cool. Gonna power down. Gonna bring a notch of flaps in.
Alright, you guys actually listening to the frequency though?
I am.
And what's this place called again? Randolph Peak traffic. Twin Otter 816 overflying the field on the left-hand crosswind at 2000. We'll be entering the left-hand pattern, landing runway 9er. Yeah, no idea. I think that's totally opposite of the wind, isn't it? Do we see any kind of a windsock down there? All right, let's arrest our descent. Let's get level, and let's see if we can get any kind of a weather report. Oh, there we got something. Winds 180, so it's crosswind no matter what. That's coming. It's us favoring a south approach. So yeah, we're equally in trouble. So okay, second notch of flaps. Coming on down, and like the 182 Bush pilot says, the tougher the approach, the longer the downwind. Or the tougher the approach, the longer the final. So we're going to take this out here a ways. We're going to get really stable, nice and slow, and see if we can't land this sucker. Randolph Peak traffic. Twin Otter 816 is left base to final, runway 9er. Randolph Peak traffic. Okay. The danger of taking this out too far is not being able to pick up the airfield when we get turned on final. Looking for that little building. Where are you, little building? Yep, I've lost sight of the airfield here. I think it's just right in here somewhere. Kinda seeing it, maybe. Yeah, there it is. All right, cut down here. Maybe out of luck, we might not be able to get this one, guys. Not very stable. Tossing in flaps. Do have our reversers ready for this particular attempt, so maybe we'll be able to salvage it. Boy, it's skinny right here. Holy cow. Skinny, skinny, skinny. Airspeed's actually pretty good, guys. We just were a little high. Try to arrest that descent rate just a little bit here and then pull back. Yeah, I think we're in the right spot. Can we get it stopped?
50, 40, 30, 20.
Oh, we bounced it. We're on the go. Randolph Peak traffic, Twin Otter 816 is going around. Can't mess with that, guys. Alright, well, we did have the right runway heading. That's the good thing. Let's see if we can do a little bit better job of keeping track of where the airfield is, though. Randolph Peak traffic, Twin Otter 816 is going to jump back in left-hand pattern, runway 9er, Randolph Peak. Alright, where are you? Airport, I can't see very well there. I wanted to bring it in and put it down fairly firm, but I was just maybe a little too aggressive. Alright, so there it is. There's the house. Can I pick up something out off of the final here that will help me kind of see where it's at? It's just tough. Okay, I've got a little bit of a point of reference now. I'm not sinking, I'm climbing. First notch of flaps. Yeah, I think I have a little bit better idea of where to turn to final here. Randolph Peak traffic, Twin Otter 816, left base, runway 9er, Randolph Peak. Okay, here we go. We will see. We will see. It's going to be a fairly tight turn to final. Yep. Yeah, I think we have it. Randolph Peak traffic. Twin Otter 816, turning final, runway 9er, Randolph Peak. Okay. Kind of hides on me here. And I think I may be a little bit high. Flaps are in. Is. Alright, a little bit better on the pattern, and altitude's a little bit better as well. Let's see how my speed's doing. Oh yeah, speed's good actually. Let's keep the power in. I appreciate whoever just pushed the follow button. Great to have you aboard. We're trying to land at a fictional airstrip.
Hello, me.
And yeah, we just had to go around because we we didn't do too good the first time.
Also, it's Caesar.
Oh my goodness gracious, it's Sim Caesar coming in right at the right time. Holy moly.
Yay, it's Amy Van.
Amy Van, happy birthday again, Amy Ann. Sorry I couldn't stay for the event today. I'm still actually having trouble with that issue we were talking about, strangely enough. Oh goodness, another bouncer. Gosh dang it. Alright, fully committed here. Reversers, please. That was a little bit of a rough one, but we made it. Whew. Hey. Anybody else sweating, or is it just me? Holy crap! We've got a hype train. Sim Caesar shows up. He messes around and has a hype train started. All right, hang on. What do we got? Everybody's coming in here. Let's see. Holy moly. Amy Ann, thanks for the cheer bits. Sim Caesar, thanks for the gift description to Puff MTD. Scotty to Hottie, Scotty to Roddy, as the junior first officer would say. Thank you very much as well for the ascription. And everybody else that's coming in here. Holy cow. Will I be able to catch up? Beer Slayer.
Good job.
Air Ease. Virus Sanctus, thanks for the cheer bits. Too Old, thank you for the cheer bits. You guys are awesome. Holy cow, we're already to a level 2 hype train. That's just unbelievable. All right, I've got a gift for you guys right now. I'm going to share this with you. This is a fictional airstrip. It's called Randolph Peak. It's up here near Juneau. This is where we just landed. If you guys, thank you so much. You are giving me a gift, but check out this little place. I mean, holy moly! And it's winter time here, but yeah, isn't this cool? A cool little spot. And oh man, Sim Caesar, a gift ascription to Too Old. Holy cow, dude, you're too kind. Thank you so very much. You guys looked like you were having a lot of fun, and I appreciate all the help, by the way, that you've been giving me. The rudder pedal adjustment has been awesome. And anyway, I'm gonna figure out that doggone world scenery update deal, because I still can't get to the marketplace for some reason. But all right, who else is Puff MTD 500 cheer bits? Holy moly, we are 82% of the way to a level 2 hype train, and Amy Ann, one thing you have to look forward to if we are able to get to a level 2 hype train. Oh man. Scotty, Anagon, you guys are making my day here. Anonymous gifter. Holy moly. Level 2 is completed. Puff MTD is gifting something. A gift description. You guys.
Good job.
You guys. Anyway, what I was going to say, Amy's van is, I promise I will not play the Barbie Girl song if we do end up to a level 3 hype train. Oh, you guys. Doggone it. That's awesome. Java Joust, hello. D Failover, hello. Charlie Mike 76er, it is crazy in here. Tell you, when Sam Caesar shows up, man, he brings the party with him. So, Nick 70, thank you for the follow. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna share another little something here for you then, just because you're so dang awesome. Here's the first place that we flew into, and again, I expect maybe a Sunday group. Oh my goodness, Steve. PHL, 14-month description, and we have just finished a level 3 hype train. That is the farthest that I have ever gone. Thank you guys so much. Holy moly. Alright, this first airfield's called Schnedestein. And oh man, we're already 19% of the way to level. I tell you what, if we get past level 5, I will sing the Barbie Girl song. Oh my goodness. I shouldn't have said that with Scotty here. No. Scotty, holy cow. Level 4 complete. We are close to the debut of Melvin Leroy Sings Barbie Girl. Make the man sing. How about you guys just look at this cool scenery that I'm sharing with you here. Look at this. Look at how awesome the scenery is. We've got son of a. Alright, well at least I didn't promise that I was going to do a hot tub stream or something like that. Man, oh man, you guys, wow. Wow, alright. So I'm sure you don't give a care in the world about the Schnedestein airfield, but if you want it, that's the link I just shared. And so apparently I have to sing Barbie Girl. Well, hold on for a second. There's got to be, if we're going to do this, we've got to do it right, don't we? Is this gonna? I probably can't. Okay, I probably can't sing the karaoke version because I'll get like muted, right? So let's see how I do here with lyrics. Oh, this is a long song. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do all this, but I will do the very best I can. Sure, no one's going to clip this. 204%. That is crazy, you guys. I don't even know what to say. So I guess I'll sing Amy's Van. Happy birthday, young lady. This one's for you. Hiya, Barbie. Hi, Ken. You want to go for a ride? Sure, Ken. Jump in. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair and fish me everywhere. Imagination. Life is your creation. Come on, Bobby. Let's go party. I'm not going to be able to make it through this song. Yeah. I don't remember this part. I'm a blonde bimbo. I don't feel like I can sing that because this is supposed to be in celebration of Amy Van's birthday. So I'm gonna go. That's as far as I'm gonna be able to go, you guys. We're right here. Amy, nobody else but you would I sing that. Thank you so much, you guys. So there's no way in the world I got to everybody here, but Scotty, Puff, Steve, Nick, Anonymous Cheer, Java Joust, Panagon, Horde for me, Sim, Too Old, good lord, Vera Sanctus, Peter Mooney, Amy's Van. If there's anybody else that in any way contributed to this, thank you. I tip my hat to you, my Virtual USA flying cap. And mark my words, I shall have my revenge. No, happy birthday again, Amy Ann. Thank you so much. All right, let me share. I know you're not going to probably all be able to stay, so let me share a couple more things since you were also generous with me. Here's another bonus airfield that we're going to. This is Excursion Inlet. This is actually where we're going next. So please download and enhance your Flight Sim 2020 experience. And then, if that's not enough, I'm going to close my document accidentally and stall until I pull up the... Then we're going to go to Skagway. Here's Skagway. This is an updated version of Skagway made by one of our own Virtual USA Flying Club members. And then, if that's not enough, then we're going to Whitehorse. So there you go. There's like the whole thing. The only bummer part is there's no scenery update for Juneau, of all places, which is kind of a shame, although that's a gorgeous area. All right, so this is a momentous historic occasion. We've reached level 5 and we were 221% over the top of level 5. Thank you so much. That's yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, back to business. Java Joust, thank you for the gift sub. NC Dardal. Is NC Dardal related to Barbie in any way, shape, or form? If so, this night is for you, NC Dardal. All right, let's get out of here. It's a crosswind, so we're gonna just do the best we can. It's a very short field, this made-up field. This is kind of like, do you guys remember the airfield in X-Plane called the Heron's Nest? It was made by iBlue Yonder. This is what this reminds me of. Look at these little cool buildings. You could pull into that hangar there if you wanted to. Oh, this is awesome. All right, I need to gather myself here because I do need to try to fly this airplane and navigate. We are navigating essentially just using pilotage. So what I am going to do though here, you guys, since I have some clouds, is I'm going to tune in the Sisters Island VOR, which is 114.0, and we're on the V-lock mode, and we need to, basically from where we're at, we need to be looking to grab a, oh man, it's almost a perfect 090 outbound heading. So right there is what we're looking to basically go due west, and that'll take us to the VOR. And then if we can find the VOR, we have half a chance of finding the Excursion Inlet, and I'll explain what I mean here in just a second. Java Chouse, we go everywhere together. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. Oh, Amy, what, huh? Oh, NC Dardal is Java Jouse's wife. Oh, very cool. That's pretty awesome that you can share the experience together. All right, what do we have flaps set? I'm gonna probably go a short field departure here, flaps 20. And yeah, I don't remember where we're at. Oh, Randolph Peak traffic. Twin Otter 816 is departing runway 9er. Randolph Peak. Yeah, lights are on. Spin it up. Here we go. Short field takeoff. Procedure. The U.S. flag was flying pretty hard, but the windsock doesn't appear to be. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Up and away we go. Yeah, that would have been close. That would have been close. What a cool little spot. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, here we go. Here we go. Making the turn, cleaning up the flaps in the meantime, bringing back the RPMs and the manifold pressure. Did have a slight issue with overspeeding the aircraft on our way out of Juneau the very first attempt, and actually the plane broke up and, well, it disintegrated, so we had to try it again. That's what you missed. The rest of the Virtual USA Flying Club, I think, is done. They're drinking hot chocolate and Whitehorse at this point, and we're down here messing around, singing birthday songs to Amy Ann. So everybody who just came over, by the way, from the Sim Caesar channel, thank you. Welcome, Raiders. My name is Brant. This is the Melvin Leroy channel. It's an homage to my grandfather. That was his name, and I stream primarily Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But every once in a while, I'll toss a bonus stream out there. And actually, this week is going to be a great week. It's spring break, so I might be able to do a couple of bonus streams. But you'll find me mainly, like I say, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And my channel is a mix of everything. Actually, my goal is, my brand is I don't have a brand. And my goal is to just not fly the same plane twice. So we jump in and out of X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator. And we're just, basically, I'm just trying to find awesome places to fly. If I am able, I'll fly something sort of non-RNAV. I really enjoy slant alpha navigation. I enjoy slant whiskey vintage aircraft, and so you'll see me in those a little bit. No, I do not have the MD-11 yet. Yes, I will have that, but I'm letting the rotate guys maybe toss a hot fix or two out there first. It sounds like there's a couple of things that yeah, maybe still need to be worked on, but anyway, I would love to hang out with you. The very best part of my streams, I tell everybody who comes in, it has nothing to do with me flying anything. My aviation skills are rather mediocre, and my entertaining and conversation skills are probably even a little bit worse than that. But the very best part of my streams are the people in the chat. I've got some awesome flight simming friends, and it's just an incredible community, as you guys all know. But really do love the folks, my regulars in chat. So if you come back and hang out, you're going to love them too, and we'd love to connect with you and get to know you guys. Pup MTD.
Dictator, Scrappy, 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 Dictator, Scrappy.
Man, I might have a hard time saying anything here for a minute. I've never ever had anything like that happen. Buff MTD, holy moly, that, my friends, was a 20 gift sub bomb from the amazing Buff MTD, holy Wagoa, as Amy Ann would say. I'm speechless. That is crazy. So I don't even know, like, let's just start out here. And if you got one of these gift descriptions, P-Bowl, Barton B, Zach Bartik, Allison Johnson, Wild Dog 6, Vertical Sim, Milo Sanks, Kilo Zebra, Nom 106, Tim Dog, Slash French, Sats for Skies, Slayer T, Al South MIA, Cessna 172, Juliet Hotel Jim, that's you, man. ZBW, Tango Bravo, Geefly 63, Captain Monty, the 727 Freak, Blackhawk 2000, and NC Dardal. Yeah, you were there already, but if any of you guys are here, holy moly, please give Puff MTD a little private message and tell him how much you appreciate that. That is incredible. What an amazing thing! Holy cow! I almost went CFIT on that. By the way, that's my grandson that you're hearing, and that maybe is the coolest part of that. Is I got to hear his voice 20 different times, telling you thanks for ascribing. That's a few of my sound clips come from him, and he was just home, and yeah, we had like, it was a really rough weekend. He came up for spring break, and we had all these plans of doing all these things, and he got really sick to the point where I had to take him to the doctor twice, and didn't sleep at all. 2 nights ago, he was having some real trouble with his health, had some trouble breathing, and just couldn't get him to stop throwing up. And so it was a really, he had to leave, he had to go home early with his mom and dad. So I was really down here, kind of feeling sorry for myself, and not that money cures that, but your generosity is just heartwarming, and then just being able to hear his voice and how much he loves hanging around and doing flight sim stuff, even though he's not even 5 years old yet. That just really was uplifting, man. It's just what I needed. So thank you, Puff. I will work to repay that, pay that forward for sure. That was incredible. Yeah, Beer Slayer. Yeah. Guys have way too much fun with that lake, haven't you? Oh my goodness. Thanks, Peter. SR-22. That's a great aircraft, by the way. I'll be flying that here later on. If you haven't guessed, I'm way off course. Here's my VOR, but we had to change because of the clouds. Desert Eagle. If I haven't said hello to you yet, hello. Addison. Hello, Addison. And I hope I haven't missed anybody here. Usually my chat's a little slower. I'm not used to, my brain doesn't work as fast as SimCaesar, so I can't always catch everything at once. But welcome, you guys. Thank you so much again. And I hope you enjoy. I'll try to entertain you here for a little bit, and see if we can't make another questionable landing or two. We haven't really even started, by the way. Here's what we were planning on doing. Hello from Canada, Saskatchewan. Hello. I love Canada. Love flying up here. This is what we were attempting to do. Was fly from Juneau. This is Juneau, and we were going to head up the Lynn Canal up to Skagway, which is just a gorgeous spot. I gave you that scenery. Please download it and enjoy it. And then up here to Whitehorse is where we're going to finish. But I found these two. This is that Schnedestein or whatever, Schnedestein. And then this is where we just were, Randolph's Peak or whatever. And now we're heading to the VOR and hopefully up here to Excursion Inlet. And then we'll start the rest of the Flying Club adventure. I honestly didn't think it would take me this long, but it just kind of has been a fun kind of diversion. So yeah, it does not work as quickly, Peter Mooney. You had your pulse. That guy can process. The thing people don't realize about Sim Caesar is he's juggling about 4 things at once. Number one, he's really an outstanding aviator and does an awesome job flying his simulated aircraft. And so that's sort of the first thing that you forget about, because he's such a good entertainer, and he's doing both of those at the same time. And then also he's interacting with not only his regular chat feed on stream, but he's also interacting with the channel, usually in Discord. And then on top of it, most of the time he's also talking to ATC. I have no idea that anybody could do that. So again, my hat's off to you, Sim Caesar. There he is. There's something in the cookies. Well, that would explain it. That would explain it. All right. Well, we found a way through, by the way, and so again, even though we were intending to be pilotage, we knew this leg was going to be. I say we, like I've got somebody flying with me. I knew this leg was going to be a little bit more dependent on some radio navigation, and so that's what we're doing. And it looks like we may have to descend a little bit here as well, even though we're westbound. Might have to get down on the deck just a bit. Yep, Betty's not going to like that one bit, but that's okay. That's the way it goes. Sim Caesar, can you confirm or deny that that there is maybe something in the cookie? We're in trouble if you start complimenting him. Oh, it seems like most of the time ATC's talking to you. Good point, Kevo. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's nothing but love. Nothing but love, Sim Caesar. Well, and then on top of it, he just has the same type of community, I think. It's super generous, and the only thing in the cookies is calories. Yeah, I feel that, man. Feel that. All right. Now, it's amazing what a group of aviation lovers will do when they band together on a Sunday night. Yeah, we're real time up here in Alaska. We may run out of daylight a little bit here, so this could be interesting here. Kilo Zebra, yeah, he's stepping in. He's realizing what Puff MTD has done. Yeah. Clockmaster, where am I? Well, I'm coming, buddy. Clockmaster PC, welcome back. He hung out a little bit with me this morning. We did a little bonus breakfast stream. We flew not too far away from where the Sim Caesar Sunday group flight was. We were down on the west coast of Spain, and imagine my surprise when I realized what I was looking at, as beautiful as it was actually not the world update. Because again, for whatever reason, yeah, my marketplace it still says is unavailable. So I don't know, it's weirdness going on, but we'll do another computer restart. And did I update the store? Yeah, so I went to the Microsoft store and I downloaded that one, and then that generally prompts me to open Microsoft Flight Sim. And then when you open Microsoft Flight Sim, it tells you, it gives you the whole downloading and installing, and that took about an hour, and I thought, good to go. That's what I've done with every other world update, and it's worked great. But I don't see any of the, like when you scroll through what's installed, I can see that I've got the Japan points of interest and the the UK points of interest, but I don't have any of the Iberia stuff. All right, here's where I'm at. I'm heading toward, but just kind of southwest of Juneau. I'm heading up to a spot up here called Excursion Inlet, right there. EXI. That's where I'll be here in just a few minutes if I can stay on my radial. So yeah, feel free, jump in. If you're not tired of flying for the night, we're going to go Excursion Inlet to Skagway, and then Skagway up to Whitehorse. And yeah, they hit the world sub menu so that no one can find it. Yeah, we have a lot of people that in my Discord that talk about just how complicated that process is, and it shouldn't be. It should just be that click it and forget it thing. But I'm wondering if it doesn't have something to do with the fact that they're pushing out updates across a couple, 3 different platforms, right? The Microsoft Store, the Steam Store, the Xbox people. Shoot, one of my friends, Downwind Sim, last time he tried to update it, prompted him to insert disc 1. So apparently there's a whole other like DVD section of people that, you know, that need the update. So I don't know, but I'll keep messing with it. I'm on spring break, man. So what the heck? I got time. I'm going fishing tomorrow, so it won't be right away, but I've got some time. We're more or less on the VOR. I don't really have the DME set, though, do I? So for the life of me, I can't remember. I don't know if I've ever set a DME in this plane. Is that it down here? It's the ADF. Yeah, good Lord, I don't even know. Do we even have one? This would be it, right? Oh, a distance 3.8, so we're almost there. And once we get to the Sisters Island VOR, we're going to be out of there on a 318. Basically, we're just going to be kind of going around this little landmass here and following it looks to me like the water kind of splits, and we're going to stay to the right, and that should give us Excursion Inlet. The winds in the area are still favoring something to the northwest, so I'm looking for Excursion Inlet here just to see what it offers. It's got a water runway. Oh man, wait a second. You know what, guys? I'm not going to be able to land at Excursion Inlet. It's strictly a seaplane base. Okay, so that changes my plan then. It looks like we need to go to Skagway. So let's hang a little bit of a right-hand turn, and instead of going up the left-hand side of this island, we're going to go the right-hand side. We're going to jump back in. This is the Lynn Canal that we're heading toward, and we've got not too far, about 60 miles to run. Look at that ice and water effect. Isn't that cool? How awesome is it that they modeled that kind of right at the edge where the ice is still, you know, it's still iced up because it's still early spring, and that's a nice effect. Really cool, really cool. There is a collector DVD edition that's been pressed. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, he's not gone back to it, and you guys probably know it's Downwind Sim. So he is he's the mad scientist of X-Plane. The dude can do just about anything. He's modded so many Caronado airplanes that they've actually given him the green light to publish his mods. And man, so when he can't figure out how to update your sim, you've made it a little too complicated, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, I digress. Alright, let's add a little juice here. We can pick up the airspeed. I was kind of starting to slow down because I thought we might need to configure. So never mind about Excursion Island. Or Excursion Inlet. We'll come back here when we have our seaplane. Which this this aircraft, as you guys know, it does have a float version, an amphib version. So if I would have been smart, we could have flown that. But that's okay. So yeah, Juneau is right over there, and we are just flying essentially northbound. Hopefully this is kind of, yeah, we're just heading northbound up this Lynn Canal and then into Skagway, which is just this gorgeous little, you guys have probably flown it, it's just little valley, and it's like a huge tourist stop, and there's a bunch of big massive cruise ships and stuff like that. It's really awesome, really an awesome place. I wonder if the rest of the group is still flying or not. Let's see, what do we have here? Looks like somebody's parked at Juneau still. There's somebody taking off, heading up. And, oh, most of the guys are almost up there to Whitehorse already. Cool. We do have a little bit of ATC up there in the Edmonton area, but we don't need to contact him really until we get closer to Whitehorse. Alright, I think we're fairly well back on track here. Hey, there's my Discord link if any of you guys coming over from the Sim Caesar channel want to connect and be a part of some other things that I have on my channel. I would love to have you along. We do have some pretty amazing people, really smart people that post a lot of things. We've got I just started actually 2 new channels this recently here. One of them is called a freeware repository, where we get all these types of freeware sceneries linked in, and it's pretty new, but it won't take long before we collect all the ones that we've shared over the years, put them in one spot so everybody can find them. And then we also just started a collection of VFR information outside of the United States, and I'm really hoping that I can have some community help with that, because I love I've been, ever since Microsoft Flight Sim's come out, I've really enjoyed flying in European and well, Canadian airspace and Australian airspace, but the VFR rules are kind of tricky, and so I don't know of any place out there that has sort of a collection of those resources. And we had one shared today with the Spanish ATC. There we were flying, transitioning to Lisbon airspace, and the controller, I kind of, I had in my flight plan, I was brand new to the area, and he was great, of course, really patient and did a nice job, but he offered up a nice little resource, and so I linked that in there, and that's twice now that's happened to me here in the past year. I had a controller up in Norway do the same thing, so I'm like, man, we should just put those somewhere for people to take a look at. So anyway, I've got stuff like that, and information about, we do giveaways, and we actually have one coming up on the 31st, so you can kind of see what's going on as far as that goes, how to be involved in that. That's a gift card giveaway that we have coming up, made possible by your support. So I try to give as much of it back as I possibly can, but would love to just hang out with you and just get to know you a little bit. But got some people yawning in the Discord. That's never a good sign. Got the Virtual USA Flying Club voice Discord channel in the background. It's been pretty quiet, so that's actually a good thing. No news is good news. Events like this. Yeah, we're gonna have some nice low light and some pretty cool effects off the clouds. I think probably not VFR legal at this point, am I? Really, truly, if I'm being honest. If I was over there on my 1030, maybe I would be. But where I'm at right now, probably not. Alright, up we go. This is, yeah, so we're kind of, yeah, we're definitely heading up the right spot here. Benjamin Island is this little small island coming up here at our 12 o'clock. I don't know what this big long island is. Oh, Shelter Island. And Shelter Island, and then there's one up on the other side here called Lincoln Island. What I'm really hoping for in a future world update is I would love to see them just focus on Alaska. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just find some really good programmetry and just go in and just start working on all these little seaplane bases and all these glaciers, and I think that'd be awesome. Kodiak Island, I mean, just all the place. I mean, like the whole island it's just massive. And boy, oh boy, would it be an incredible thing to have a world update that focuses just on Alaska. Dipping down here. Clouds are starting to close in on us just a little bit. Whitehorse, though, is a lighted airport. The problem with Whitehorse is it's over the top of a couple of pretty nasty passes. So the theme of this event is that we're sort of tracing the route of the original gold rush that happened in the late 1800s, and they would come from Juneau. They would travel by boat up to Skagway, and then they'd have to hike, and they'd have to hike over the top of the mountain, and there were a couple of different ways they could go. One of them was the Chilcut Pass, and one was the White Pass, and we're basically going to pick one or the other of those and try to get over ourselves if, like I say, if the clouds will allow that. If not, and we have to go IFR, we can. From what I understand, if we climb up above 12,500 in Canada, then we have to make contact with the ATC and we'd grab a pop-up IFR. But what I'm hoping is, you can see it's kind of clearing up. I'm hoping we'll have that when we get up kind of closer to Skagway, and we'll be able to find a way through. We shall see. I've been boxed in more than a few times up here in Alaska. All right, so we're coming up. We should have this is a little bay called Berners Bay. We're about halfway up to Skagway, and then we're going to have, yeah, this is Berners Bay. We'll keep kind of going to the left here and just chase our way up the Lynn Canal. Then it becomes the Chilkoot Inlet. So it kind of starts to narrow a little bit. We'll actually see an airport. The Haines Airport will be sort of the city of Haines, and the Haines Airport will be sort of off to our left as we slide up the Chilkoot Inlet. All right. Yeah, I think we're on the right path here. Again, not really using any radio navigation. If we really got turned around, we technically, I think, could track off of Three Sisters. Is it Three Sisters? No, Sisters Island. Sorry, we could track off the Sisters Island VOR. Although there's enough terrain between us and that VOR that we may not be able to track it. And then there's really not a heck of a lot else we have up here. I don't see really even any non-directional beacons. I guess Haynes does have an NDB 245. We could pop that in here, or can we? I had a camera view set for that. 245. This is so hard to do. I want to make sure I'm staying straight and level here. Just hand flying this. Wait, how do I don't even know how to get the click spot here. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. We're just going to roll with it. I think, you know, it's a pretty it's a pretty big valley here, so I don't think we're gonna have any trouble finding. I say that. I'm sure that's that inlet I'm talking about. And we'll just kind of keep coming up here. Should be okay.
Alright guys, I had a great time. I'll see you guys all later.
Thanks for flying, Michael. Great to buzz around Alaska with you, buddy.
Thanks for coming in.
See you later.
That's Michael. You'll notice him from his call sign is November 8033 Foxtrot. He's got a Twitch channel.
We'll see you guys next time.
And he's built himself just a gorgeous home sim. It's
been a good event. So nice scenery up there. So thanks.
Hey, thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Anyway, go check out November 8033 Foxtrot. Find his Twitch channel, and if he's got, like I say, a really cool home cockpit setup, and it's sort of it can be like a Cessna. Well, the first time I saw him flying it, he was a Skyhawk, and then he had modded it to become a Skylane after that, and then he modded it to become a tail dragger Cessna Skyhawk. And I think he's recently even modified it so that he could fly it as a Kodiak. I'm not sure which one he flew tonight, but he knows a thing or two about plane maker, needless to say. So he's a really cool dude, smart guy, and has a really cool Twitch stream. And I didn't catch who the second guy was that was ducking out there, but we've got 3 or 4 guys here that you may recognize. Eric Flight is another one of our Virtual USA Flying Club members that does stream. I don't think he was able to join us today. Of course, Jet Pilot Cinnamon, you guys may recognize that handle. He's the founder of the Virtual USA Flying Club, and he also does stream from time to time. He's busy right now actually training to become a pilot for a new organization. He's going to be a JetBlue pilot. How awesome is that? And then also you might recognize the name That Flight Sim Dude. He's one of our streamers as well. That's a part of the Virtual USA Flying Club. So all kinds of guys that will give you a unique perspective on these types of events. Okay, so here we are, 1,500 is probably about all we're going to get. We're not really going to get much higher, it doesn't look like. And so what I'm looking for is, there's this point, which I think is right there basically. And if you go left of that point, you head towards Haines. And if you stay right of this point, you are heading towards Port Chilkoot. And where it narrows, we should see the city of Haines also. And that's our cue. We basically we want to stay right. This little inlet, it splits about 3 times. We want to stay right. Skagway, right now it's a green dot, which is cool. It's reporting winds 220 at Niner. Overcast at 6,000. Yep, that's kind of what we're seeing. So runway 22 at Skagway is, or sorry, the winds are 20, so the winds are 220. So runway 20, which is pretty much straight in. Yeah, this is a group flight. 99 Tango. It is a group flight, so we get together and yeah, we pop a flight, an event together, and we publish it on our Discord channel, and then yeah, we get together 3 or 4 times a month. Honestly, it's a really good general aviation flying club. If you like to fly general aviation on VATSIM, it's a great club to be a part of, simply because of the fact that they do such a good job of getting multiple events organized each month. So yeah, you should see that. I think of that invite must have come around. If one of my mods happens to have the link to the Virtual USA Flying Club, you can put it in there. We'd love to have you. All you have to do is have a valid VATSIM ID and be in good standing on VATSIM, and we'll get you approved. You'll go to the waiting room first, and then we'll get you set up. All right, so here's the first little fork in the road. Again, stay right. Should be good to go. I'm trying to look and fly at the same time, but maybe one of the, like I say, one of the Virtual USA Flying Club guys will be able to locate it. So I don't. Oh, there we go. Wait a second. Maybe I found it. I might have found it right here. There we go. Copy that. And this'll. Oh, you're getting the link, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Well, I think this is the one we want. But yeah, love to have you. What I think is pretty cool, other than lots of organized events, is we have so many real-world pilots in that group that it helps people like me who are not real-world pilots learn about aviation. And we try to fly these events and try to adhere to the procedures as closely as we can, and communicate with controllers when needed. Actually, one of our favorite things is to transition busy airspaces and not talk to controllers. Find those those routes underneath the Bravo, or those Bravo transitions. Like, we love to do the one past LAX, or there's the Skyline transition there by New York. We love doing that kind of stuff. But it's cool to just learn about that stuff, right? I mean, for the average dude, it's yeah, the SFR, those there's a bunch of them, right? There's like 3 or 4 of them, but and there's a couple of those SFRs up in San Francisco. We've done we've done one, I think, at Albuquerque. We've done one down at, I mean, we've been all over the place, and those are really kind of a fun thing to do. But for the average Joe like myself, like before I joined the flying club, man, I had no idea those even existed. I started getting a little bit of a hint that you could do that when I took the Boston Virtual. It's called the Wings program now, but I took that training program and they talked a little bit about those helicopter routes that you can fly into and around Boston Logan. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That is way cool. And yeah, come to find out that pretty much every, I guess I can't say every because I haven't checked it out for all of them, but there's a lot of Class Bravos for sure that have those transitions, and that's really fun to see if you can execute it, especially if you can execute it when there's a little bit of an event going on, you know, like Friday Night Ops or something, and like you can see the traffic sort of crisscrossing you, and if you've got an airplane that has a TCAS or something, you can see the little bogies all around you. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, stay right. That was the rule. So this is should have the town of Haines. Oh boy, this first one, this might be the Cat's Line River. We may not want this turn. If I can see the town of Haines, then I know we're right here. I think this is Port Chilcoot. We don't want this turn, I guess. Oh, I don't know why that popped up. See the town of Haines? I'm almost positive that that's Port Chilcoot. Haines Airport is right there where my window spar is. Yep. So I don't want this. This is a little river here, so I guess this is the exception to my stay right navigational rule. Uh-oh, did I pause? Oh, I did. I paused. I hit the live pause somehow. Just in case you guys wanted an extra half a second to look around. It's getting kind of pretty around here, but it's going to get kind of dark also. We may have to make a choice about how we're getting up to Whitehorse. We may have to just file an IFR route right out of Skagway and just sort of just bite the bullet. Just say, hey, we're going IFR, make some contact with Edmonton, and just do it right, as opposed to trying to mess around. It's one thing if you're trying to fly over these hills in good weather. It's a whole other if it's cloudy, and then it's a whole other if it also gets dark on you. So yeah, we may just need to just think IFR. All right, did we ever verify? I don't really know if Haines is over there. If it's maybe it's up here. That this is a little bit more just a little river, not a draw. I don't think this is one we need. Nope, this is not one we want. But it's really hard to pick out all these little spots. Yeah, I think maybe this is, boy. Alright, there's the town. Okay, that's the town of Haines. And so we definitely are needing to go right at this one here. This is the we say the Chilcut, nope, the Taku Inlet, and this will take us to Skagway. Alright, feeling better about life now. So there's a cool little Haines Airport over there, by the way, if you're wondering. That's the Haines Inlet, or the Haines Harbor. Sorry, Port Chilcut. You could land your seaplane there once it thaws out a little bit. So we are within probably about 15 miles now. We'll have to fly in here and fly a right-hand traffic pattern to runway 20. Definitely the more challenging approach into Skagway, but a little bit easier departure. Let's see, Sam, I am welcome. Thanks for following. Welcome to the Melvin Leroy channel. Welcome to Haines, Alaska. We're just about to Skagway, Alaska, and gonna try to put the Twin Otter down there. So, Sim Caesar, I don't know if you're still here or not, because I'm sure that you're had a heck of a day already, but this is a question to anybody who is flying that new Chancellor, that Cessna 414 from FlySimware. I'm really enjoying the plane, but my question is, I've noticed toward the end of a couple of my longer flights that it gets a little bit stuttery, and I'm wondering if anybody else has noticed. It's almost like there's a little bit of a memory leak. Anybody else that has that airplane, have you run into anything similar to that? It's happened to me now 3 times in a row, and each of my flights have been, a little over 2 hours. I don't really notice anything till I get past that 2-hour mark. Still haven't gotten it. Scotty says, okay. What's going on? I wonder if it has something to do with my track IR. Alright, we've got the airfield. You can see the runway lights in sight here, so I'm going to start to pull back on power. Skagway traffic. Twin Otter 816 is about 3 miles to the south of the airport at 2,800. We're inbound. We'll be making a right-hand pattern, runway 20, Skagway. Alright, down we go here. It really is a nice aircraft. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. It's in beta. It's got a few things, but as a whole, I really am enjoying it. It's right through the windshield. Put in dev mode and turn on the frames. Kevo, you'll have to, when I get on the ground, you'll have to explain further what you mean. I'm kind of slow when it comes to that sort of stuff. Alright, here we go, you guys. Again, this is a Skagway. I did share this scenery with you, and we're going to see if we can come in here, take a seriously tight right-hand traffic pattern here to runway 20. Let's see what happens. one good thing is I can see the runway, so that's, you know, always interesting when you have snow. How well can you see the runway? But you can see too, maybe not quite, I guess, but there's a little harbor just off of our 1 o'clock that has a whole bunch of cruise ships and things like that. It's kind of cool. You'll see it when we turn. Well, maybe you'll see it on my turn here. Yeah, there's one. There's a couple of them. Just a big old touristy paradise, I guess. But they want you to stay sort of over here. Skagway traffic, Twin Otter 816 on the right hand, downwind runway 20 Skagway. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Betty's not going to be happy with me here, guys. Take this sucker out a ways, and yeah, it's I've actually not flown the approach this way before, so this will be interesting. Let's get it slowed down here. I don't want to go too much further because it gets really skinny really quick. Throw another notch of flaps out. Boy, that's a tight turn. Holy moly. This is going to be interesting, guys. We thought that last airport was sketchy. Maybe I can do a little kiss off the side here. Alright, here goes nothing. Skagway traffic, Twin Otter 816 is right base to final, runway 20 Skagway. It'll just all be about the altitude here if I am even close. Doggone it, let's go to Innsbruck. Ready, let's go. Can we land it? And speed's looking pretty good here. Getting a little bit right. Correcting.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Welcome to pop culture.
A little bit of a floater there, but we'll take it. Alright, well, we're down here. Welcome to Skagway. And we've got Tekala with the follow. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bill Millhouse giving you a little Sim Caesar wave. Alright, we'll take Charlie here. Skagway traffic. Twin Otter 11816 is clear. Runway 20. Skagway traffic. Kind of started making that radio call just a bit early, didn't I? Alright, we've got to kind of go up here, I think, and do a little bit of thinking. Check the weather and the time of day and see if we need to bite the bullet and go IFR. I really would like to not if we can, but you never know. Hey, downwind sim, yeah, we got some snow. Real Millhouse is doing the event again in reverse. Yeah, man, it's worth it. It's such a beautiful area. Such an amazing area. Got any snacks? Yeah, I need some, man. It's time. Ooh, I do have a... Oh, I thought we were going to have one of those funky psychedelic pink liveries here a minute ago. Well, we'll come up here again. I don't think... we're like... Everybody's long since done flying. And we were kind of lagging behind. But we'll get up here and we'll plot our attack here. I think I need to go a little bit further. Why? Oh yeah, there's some threshold. We'll call it good right here. I don't think we need to go any further. All right. Decisions. Oh, Clockmaster PC, you're sitting here somewhere, but you didn't see me come by? Ah, dang. I do. Do I see you? Interesting. Man, that's a nice shot right there, isn't it? I don't know if I have a... I don't think I have a screenshot just yet. We'll take that. What server am I on? I'm on North Europe, I believe. Let me just double check here. I'm on, yeah, North Europe. And I'm also on VATSIM. So we should be double whammied here. Okay, let's come over to this page and let's figure out. So we need to travel essentially here's Chilcutt Pass right here. Oh, I hear somebody just spawned in. Oh, there you are. Clockmaster, are you right? You just flew right by me, or just taxied right by me. You turn around, do a 180, you'll be right on my 6. So there's Chilcutt Pass. And where is White Pass? White Pass is man, I don't know. We could follow the Skagway. Oh, there it is, White Pass. So we have a choice. Basically, we could essentially fly up this valley, which has some blue sky right here, but who knows. We need 2,960 feet for White Pass, and that would allow us just to kind of keep going up this little highway here, and we're trying to get to the lake. Get to this lake here, we're in good shape. Or we can go back out and basically go up the other draw, up the Taya River, and kind of hang it right here. We need 3,500 for Chilcutt Pass. That puts us more in line here with Lindeman Lake. I think we attempt to do the VFR thing, and if we have to, we will we'll file a pop-up IFR. I'm gonna shoot for Chilcutt Pass. So that means heading out right hand, downwind departure. What was my heading? Basically like a 352 heading. Almost heading straight back north here. We'll see the Taya River. I'm not sure why.
I'm logging off, but thanks for sponsoring the event tonight.
Hey, it was a blast, man. Let's do let's collaborate on another one, man.
Sounds like a plan. These are fun.
Yeah, great ideas. Take care.
Great. Have a good night.
So that's Ben Speedle. He is the mastermind behind tonight's event, by the way, guys. This had nothing to do with me. All I did was post the event in the Discord channel for the Virtual USA Flying Club. He's the one that came up with it. So props to him, and yeah, we'll try to get it finished off kind of in his honor here. Skagway traffic, Twin Otter 816 is departing runway 20. We'll be on a right-hand downwind departure northbound Skagway. All right, here we go. Clockmaster PC, you ready? Let's go see if we can get over the top of Chilcutt Pass. Just about there, you guys. 70, 80, and rotate. Aha, so lovely. So lovely. Flaps coming up. See you later, cruise ships. Few bumpity bumps. We're gonna head to the right and turn northbound up this little drainage. We need 3,000. What did I say? 3,600. Sorry, I can't check my map while I have my track IR on. There's a little bit of a scenery bump. Looks like a little falls right there. Alright, up we go. Up we go, up we go. To Whitehorse. Looking good, guys. We're looking good. Alright. I've lost Chilcutt Pass. 3,521. Alright, there we go. Well, we're already through 2,400, so that's, I do see some blue sky. Downwind sim, what's the missionary bush pilot guy say? If you can see blue sky past your ridge line, you're going to make it. Something like that. Clockmaster, I'll fly with you, but not on VAT. Your headset is RMA with ASUS currently. All right, no problem, man. Just, you can fly. Just offline is fine. We don't have a bunch of it. I think I do have to contact though Edmonton, right? Are they still online? Oh no, they're not even online anymore. So we've got 0 ATC. Let me just double check here. Oh no, wait. Oh no, they're off. Wah wah. Never mind. Never mind. It was nice of them to come on, though. I don't know that they came on for us necessarily, but if they did, thank you. If you're part of the Edmonton ARTCC, much appreciated. I do love flying up here. The Edmonton airspace is a really awesome place to fly. Alright, so we're shooting for Chilcutt Pass up here. And we're 4,000, yeah, we're darn near 5,000. So I think we're going to make the pass. What's our, heading's perfect. So it's just a matter now of picking out the pass, which I think is right through here. Being honest, should be a little. It looks like the Taya River kind of has a spot where it widens out a little bit, and really hard to tell on my sectional if I should turn left or right here. This is one of those moments, but this certainly looks like a lower, like if I go this way, it looks like I have to really climb to get up and over. So we're gonna stay with what I think is our correct. We're gonna take a look here and see. Yeah, I only need 3,500. Right now I'm at 5,200, and it looks like I would need every bit of that to crest that pass, whatever that is. So we're going to go here. This is the lower of the bunch here, and I'm going to pull back. I'm getting close to overspeed, and I don't want to do that. That's what we did out of Juneau. You logged off right after you landed the Millhouse? Alright, man. Thanks for flying. Hope you had fun. Great event here. Love this area. Alright. I would like about 4,000. I don't want to get any lower than that. Boy, if we had any kind of a crazy weather update here, we would be in big trouble. I think if we had a weather update, what I would do is just punch it and just climb straight ahead. I think we could outclimb the terrain here. Chilcut Mountain is 6,100, so we'd have to get above that. Alright, here we go, boys and girls. Let's see. Let's see. Boy, oh boy, I'm feeling like maybe we didn't pick the right spot here. Unless this is the pass. Nope, that's higher than we are. We're at 4,400. That's all part of the fun. Yeah, it's all part of the experience, honey. Wait, could this be it? Could this be it? Boy, that still seems high. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep, rapidly rising. This does not look like the place I want to be, does it? Alright. I don't think we found Chilcut Pass. So I think we're gonna...
I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque.
I think what we're gonna do here is just take the next lowest spot while we have a little bit of room to turn around. And try not to fly into a glacier. There's a lot of room to turn around here, was there? Yeah, we're working you, aren't we? Alright. Here we are up 5,500, so I believe it looks like we... Stay calm, I'm a professional. Yeah, something like that. It looks like we can get over the top of this little gun sight here. This is definitely not Chilcut Pass, because this is a fair amount higher than the aforementioned 3,500. But I see blue sky, so I think we have a fighting shot at getting over the top. The question then will be, can I find my way back on course? Because I'm looking at trying to pick up this this lake that's right over the top of Chilcut Pass. It'll be interesting to go back on the map and see how close I was when we're all said and done.
He is so dumb. He thought that the Gettysburg Address was where Lincoln lived.
Welcome to Taku Inlet.
What's it all for? Hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Virtual USA Flying Club Trail of 98 Sunday. Thank you so much for the follow. We are lost in the Chilcut Mountains of southeastern Alaska. Actually, we may be in Canada now. Well, whatever that pass was at probably 4,005. I don't know, maybe that was our pass. 4,000. You think we were 2,000 feet above that pass? Now we're kind of back on a little waterway here, which is what we want. I think I see the lake we're looking for up in the distance. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Well, we're successfully over the top, and it looks like we have plenty of daylight here. as well. Now this leg is about it's just a little it's right about 80 miles. So yeah, we're doing, what are we doing, 160, so about a 30-minute leg is what this should be. No, wait, that's the oh, the new series, yeah, Lost with Melvin. No, yeah, that is definitely the old. It's like a, maybe this is like what all the big movies are doing now. This is the prequel. You know, you have the got to have 2 or 3 sequels, and the next best thing is the prequel. So this is where it all began. It actually probably is where it all began, in the mountains of Alaska, either the mountains of Alaska or the mountains of Idaho. Where did we first get lost? Downwind Sim. Downwind Sim is my bush flying partner in crime. The Melvin Metaverse. Hey, I tell you what though, we're finding this is the right lake. This is Bean Lake. Heck yeah! So this is like the old gold miners would have to hike over the top of that pass, and then they would get here and they'd build a raft and they would float all their materials up, well, north into Dawson City, and that's where they would try to figure out a place to mine for gold. How can I get your fix on Good Earth? Not sure, I don't know what you mean there, but terrain. Yeah, Betty's not been happy with me pretty much the whole night. There's probably a way to turn that off, isn't there? Guessing? Oh, I just said B Lake. Bean, B-E-N-N-E, I believe is how you say that. Bravo Echo November November Echo. All right. I think we're actually going the right way here. There is an inhibit button right above the altitude selector. Oh, Tim Duck, you are a lifesaver.
Welcome to Pop Culture.
Right there. Sure enough. Doggone it, Tim. Rodri Emmanuel, Argentina 1. Greetings from Argentina. Well, hello. I'm not saying it probably like you guys do, but welcome, Rodri. Nice to meet you. So if we are in fact flying toward said Bean Lake, it should really open up here in just a little bit. And then we have a choice to make. This is what I'm talking about. Let me show you here. So I feel like we are currently, I actually do think we maybe found what we were looking for. So I think we're currently kind of right in here-ish. So this should open up, and then basically it looks like we got some clear skies. We should be able to take this draw, not the first little draw, but the second draw. We do have an NDB. Maybe I'll try to tune that NDB in. And anyway, we can go right up here. Hold on. I'm showing you what's going on there, Downwind Sim. Just a minute. Anyway, we can go that way, or if we don't feel good about that, we could follow the lake all the way around, and that'll also take us into Whitehorse. So yeah, we're getting close. Yeah, don't you like my little inset sim view there, Downwind Sim? I stole that from that flight sim dude. I like that layout. Fancy, yeah. Rodrigo Manuel, my specs. Let's see, what am I running? I'm running an i9 with a 3080 GTX 3080 graphics card, and think I have 32 megabytes of RAM. I think those are kind of the main things. At least no object, yeah, whatever. Now you use using Tushki Lake? Yeah, it's been a labor of love, Rodrigue's. It's been many years of updating and milking out money for parts here and there. Shoot, I started, I don't know, seven or 8 years ago. I bought my first couple of extra sticks of RAM and then saved for a little while and picked up got the processor next, saved for a little while, and then I was able to get the better graphics card a couple of Christmases ago. So, oh, I know, Downwind Sim. It's all good. It's I've been making fun of you for 2 hours while you weren't here, so it's all good. Yeah, I think we might hit this one just right, you guys. We might get. I mean, it's just a beautiful, clear day now. All of a sudden, and the lighting is getting nice, and picking up that evening glow. This ought to be just about right. Oh, we were going to try to tune in the VOR here, or the NDB, sorry. So what do we have? It was the Robinson 329. I'm going to do something that I haven't done all day long, just because I don't want to crash. I'm going to engage the autopilot. Heading and altitude, we're just going to stay right here. That way I can come down here, and I want to see if I can make this work here, my friend. I think I'm missing a click spot here. Yeah, so we want 329. So there's 3. There's 9. Just can't quite get the right click spot. Ah. Where would that click spot be? You notice the flight data recorder's turned off, yeah. There's a reason. Ugh. That's frustrating. Yeah, I just can't get the click spot here, guys. I don't know what's the deal is. And no, it's not one of those that spins all the way up. It's got the 3 different. What am I doing wrong here, guys? Fussy strikes again. Yeah, it does. All right. Well, unfortunately, no NDB. But you know what? So be it. $20, we can fix that. You got that right, buddy. Right, that's okay. We know where we're going, more or less. So here we go. We're widening out. We don't want this first little draw. We want the second one. And then, holy moly, guys, we're getting close here. What? How far will we have? 33 miles is all once we make this turn. Other than that little weird click spot, though, I really do like this plane. Now that we have the improved sound pack. Yeah, I see this little lake here on the sectional, so I believe this should really narrow up here if we're heading to the right spot. There's actually a couple of little private airstrips up here. Wonder what they look like. All downhill from here. Yeah, it technically is. All downstream anyway. Downwind Sim, I've got 2 of the Bush League airstrips, 2 out of 7 constructed. Or somewhat constructed. I still need to put some details in there, but that's going to be fun place to fly. Make a left at the Eskimo in the yellow shirt. Wilco. Okay, I will. You could I've started on the north end, and you could maybe work from the south end up. Yeah, I think this is where we need to be. And I've been sitting for a long time without a break, stretching out a little bit. But I'll send you what I've done so far, and we can meet in the middle. I have a little bit of time this week. Spring break at the Melvin Leroy House, by the way, starts officially at midnight tonight. How are we doing on fuel, by the way? Yeah, we're getting to the end of the night, for sure. Somehow managed to burn a little more fuel off the right-hand tank than the left-hand tank, but you know, okay, whatever. And no, I don't know how to cross-feed. No, I'm not going to try. But sure enough, I'll lose an engine. Okay, yeah, sure enough, here's where it really narrows up, so this is definitely the right place. I wonder what those little airstrips look like. Maybe I'll try to fly over here just a little tiny bit. They're just right on the other side of this little narrow area here. Maybe they're rendered in the sim. Oh, maybe I think I might see one. Yeah, there's one right there. That's cool. Downwind sim binoculars. And there's, I guess, another one that's just like right next to it. Maybe it's this guy right here. That's way cool. Altitude alert. Yeah, sorry about that, dude. What to do with the altitude here? Oh, that's really nice. Got some buildings down there. Get a little bit better look at this. Wait, let's do this. Yeah, that's really cool. That must be the other one that's just like, it literally is just catty corner. Almost like they made a crosswind runway there. How awesome. Yeah, then again, maybe it's up here. Boy, it's hard to tell with this road. Could be anywhere in here. This is the kind of stuff Downwind Sim and I really, really like. Just flying around and accidentally finding airstrips. Could that be it right there? Look at that little skinny booger. That looks suspiciously airstrippy, doesn't it? Yeah, I bet that's it. Holy moly, that's a tight one. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. That's cool. Insert disc 1. Yeah, I was telling everybody about that story. Because apparently, like, I thought I had done the most recent world update correctly. And I think maybe that I missed a step in the graduate level process that is Microsoft Flight Sim World Update. But as I'll show you when I get on the ground, I don't have access to the area where my Disk 1 is located. So it's really weird. Everything worked fine, and I did the same process I've done for every other one of my updates. But when I went to fly with the Sim Caesar, they always have their Sunday fly along, and they were doing their fly along also in the area where I flew this morning in Spain, and I didn't have the points of interest that were supposed to be there. And so that got me thinking, well, maybe I didn't actually get all the update. Somehow I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's always worked well. I know there's been a lot of people that have really struggled with doing their world updates, but for some reason I've always, maybe it's because I'm usually doing it about a day or two later than everybody else, but I've never really had a problem with it. This is the first one that I've had an issue, so I'm thinking this may be the this little step that I'm not able to access right now might be what's holding me up. But I guess we shall see. Speaking of seeing, we should be seeing the Whitehorse area here in the near future, guys. Oh, look at that beautiful sunset over there. Wow, wowie, wow, wow. These mountains called, it's hard telling. You have a Klondike VOR. It's, sorry, the Whitehorse VOR 16.6. I could punch that in and see how close we are. Okay. 22 miles. Yeah, look at us. Look at us go. The Whitehorse VOR, by the way, is a little bit west of the actual airport, so when I tune this, it should be, if I'm heading the right direction, it should be pointing slightly to our left. No, we're actually heading right towards the VOR right now, which means we're heading just a bit left of our intended airport. So I'm going to go ahead and track about 330. And man, I wish I could pick up the Whitehorse Klondike. Wish I could make that NDB work. I wouldn't be able to listen to Annie West's announcements. That's all I know downwind sim. Okay, the controller had us do the downwind to 1-4 right. Very good. Thank you for that, Tim. Think about that. All right, let me set this heading bug here to be my reference here. 1-4 right. Tim, was it a good flight, a good event? Did you enjoy it, man? I've enjoyed it, but I'm kind of a nerd like that. Not sure if the winds have changed. Here's what I'm seeing on SkyVector. Winds are 240 at 8. So this is kind of one of those deals, right, where there's it's going to be a crosser no matter what we do, right? Let's see what there's the one little teensy tiny crosswind runway, runway 20. I guess we could try to shoot it. It's 1,798 feet long. We don't have an ATC. Should we try to shoot it? Here's what I'm talking about. Here's Whitehorse, and this is 1-4 right is where they all came in, but we've got this little crossing runway. Should we try to hit it? Yeah, let's hit it. We're going to shoot the approach, visual approach runway 20. I hope it's lighted. If 20 is not lighted, we'll have to go around and come back around for 1-4 right. Ooh, I can see some lights blinking in the distance there. Awesome. Awesome. 14 miles out. Very cool. Whitehorse traffic. Twin Otter 11816 is 14 miles to the south at 4,300 inbound runway 20. Whitehorse. Heck yeah. Well, we had a decent landing, I thought, at that first airport that the scenery didn't install correctly. We had a go around and then kind of a bouncer at the second airport, which was the fictional one that really was beautiful. But I blame Sim Caesar for that because he came in with the raid and distracted me. It was Amy Ann's fault. Then we had a pretty good landing, probably our best landing of the night at Skagway. So we'll see about this one here. Yep, great event, nice scenery. Tim Dog, yeah, it was a really good idea. Nice find from Ben. I think Ben, either he lives here or has spent some time here, because the cover photo is actually his photo. So I don't. Maybe he vacationed up here or something. I don't know, but took a tour of some sort. But he kind of has some insider knowledge. By the way, the White Horse elevation is 2,317 feet. So we're actually right about flyover altitude. Alaska's on my bucket. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. All right, so we're adjusting this to 20. So the bad, well, you want the good news or the bad news? The good news is, hey, we got somebody flying with us. Awesome. That's cool to see, isn't it? The good news is that this runway will be pretty much in line with the wind, so that'll be nice. The bad news is this runway is 1,700 feet long. So there you go. It's a little bit of a trade-off type of thing here. That's got to be Clockmaster PC. He joined us at Skagway, and he apparently put the turbo down, man. He's going. All right, what do I want to do here? Boy, left hand, kind of jump into a left hand pattern. Do this first of all. Let's kill that. Let's bring this guy around. Yeah, I think we'll just kind of enter almost 45 to the downwind. Oh, now he's throttling back. Coming up, we're going to do a little formation flying. Cool. Nice. Never was a very good formation flyer. See if we can get up here and match him. But we aren't going to have enough time. White Horse traffic, Twin Otter 816, about 5 to the south. We'll be jumping in a left-hand pattern, runway 20, White Horse. I don't care what anybody says, that's cool. Sunset, White Horse, Canada in the background. Company traffic in the foreground. The sound of the twin radials rocking you to sleep. That's freaking awesome. Clockmaster, thanks for flying along, man. That was really, really cool. If that's not Clockmaster, whoever that was, thanks for the formation. Yeah, buddy. That looks awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, here we go, boys and girls. We better be throttling back here because I kind of have a sense. Oh, the other bad news is we're going to be into the sun here, aren't we? All right. There's a notch of flaps. Boy, I hope this runway 20 isn't covered in snow. You can kind of see 14 right here, but yeah, we're going to be totally winging it here, you guys. Just get slowed down. Oh gosh, now we're really getting into that late day sun. It's going to be tough to fly much of a downwind here, isn't it? Oh well, we'll make it work. But we're getting awful slow here. right over the town. What could possibly go wrong? Skagway, Whitehorse traffic. Twin Otter 816 on the right, pardon me, left-hand downwind, runway 20. Whitehorse. Starting to get tired. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it does have some lights on it. I kind of see. I don't know. Take it out here a ways and see how it goes. I can kind of see the cutout of the, you know, like the tree, and so that'll give us a fighting shot, I think, at finding this airstrip. Need to lose a little bit of altitude here, don't I? Third notch of flaps coming in. What was it? 2,300? Is that what I said for altitude? Yeah, 2,000. Sorry, my chart had it really small print. Whitehorse traffic, Twin Otter 816, left base, runway 20, Whitehorse. This is kind of like that little skinny runway, like 33 right or whatever at Boston. So short, nobody ever uses it. Alright, there we go. That's the base. This really is going to be a miracle if we find this runway, isn't it? About 1,000 above, we can continue the descent. Just nice and easy. Lost sight of the runway here a little bit. I think this is... Oh wait, there we go. Okay, I think I might see it. Yep, I feel like... I feel like I have to go right over the town to make this turn to final. Paparazzi, hey man, following? Cool. I'm trying to land on the shortest runway that they have at Whitehorse, and I'm not seeing it. I think I've missed it. Whitehorse traffic, Twin Otter 816 is on the final runway 20. Yeah, I think I misjudged it. I think this little cutout, you can see the trees, how it's got a little cutout at our 12 o'clock. I think that's what we need right here. If not, we're just gonna hang a right, and we're gonna jump in a right-hand traffic pattern for 14 right. This is kind of our best, my best guess here. Paparazzi, good to see you again, man. Okay, flaps are fully configured. We are not at all sure where we are. This is a 1,700 foot long runway, so it's a shorty. But I would have thought, somebody's coming in. Oh, we got more than one. No, that's the same guy. All right, that's Clockmaster. Can we see? The snow is kind of covering us up, isn't it? I think it's right here, guys. I really do. But man, I am not seeing it. Now we're gonna go around. Whitehorse traffic, Twin Otter 816, negative contact with runway 20. We're gonna jump in a right-hand pattern, 14 right, Whitehorse. Yeah, it's down there, guys. Maybe in spring we could see it, but right now, that's a big NO. Oh well. Let's bring a couple notches of flaps up as we're flying right at the edge of stall speed. Nothing like a little 50, 55 knot climb out to, you know, make you nervous. Go back to flaps 10 is all. Yeah, we gave it the old college try.
Shoesy!
Hey, them's my shoes. Kevin, how are you? Welcome to Whitehorse. Just about to put the finishing touches on. I'm getting a low fuel alert here, so I sense that I'm being mocked. I can't quite read this because I'm focusing on my traffic pattern here, but I have a feeling that Shoesy is poking some fun at me, which of course is 100% allowable. Oh, I think I just lost engine. I think I just lost number 1. I think I've run out of fuel. Yes, I've lost engine. I've lost engine 2. Okay. Whitehorse traffic. Otter 816 is turning base to final 14 right. Whitehorse traffic. Yep. I have totally lost engine 1. Run out of fuel. Got one shot, boys and girls.
He's so dumb. He thought that the Gettysburg Address was where Lincoln lived.
Still making power with engine 1, luckily. Yeah, we're going to make the field at least. Really high, but we've got a long runway here. So nothing like a little slight late in-flight emergency to wake you up. Yeah, it's really wanting to yaw a little bit because of the asymmetrical thrust, which is cool. And down we go. See if we can keep it on the runway now. All right, well, excuse me. All in all, I will take that. And where the heck do I go? Where's the taxiway? Yeah, we still do have some power there. No clue where the taxiway is here, guys. Oh, there we go. There's somebody making a parallel approach. How about we do this? Got the big bush tires on. And it's Whitehorse. I mean, come on. They're good. Welcome to Whitehorse. You'll have to walk to the terminal. Is that going to be a problem, Downwind Sim? Yeah, I think we're legit. Like, yep, we lost engine 2. All right. That's the first time I've had that happen in a while. This is going to have to be close enough, guys. All right, what did I want to see? I want to see what Mr. Them's My Shoes had to say, because he is generally a pretty dang funny dude. This is such an enjoyable part of the channel. Flaps are down, fully configured. I have no idea where we are. Clockmaster PC was, we were close, right? I mean, we were there. We were close. I'm on the right base. I was on the right base for 20. No, the reciprocal. Yeah, well, I don't think you can land that way. Runway 02. Yeah, no. Yeah. So anyway, it's all good. We're just gonna kind of cut everything off here and call it right here, guys. This has been a really fun event. Holy moly. Lots of fun. Lots of people that stopped by, too. That was really maybe the best part of the whole night was just people that came by and hung out. We were lined up about 2,000 feet to the left. Ah, man. Well, shoot. Is there any way before it gets too dark? see if we can, like, is there any way we can come down here and it's maybe going to be too dark for us to see anything. Just don't even know where it was supposed to be. Can't tell. I feel like it was supposed to be kind of on this side of things, but oh well. It's neither here nor there. We were pushing it anyway with our lack of fuel, and that's okay. I mean, you know what? That's how this thing goes sometimes. All right, let's cut the batteries, and I'm not going to worry about anything in the upper panel here. We're just going to kind of catch our breath and let the plane cool down. And I'm going to try to catch up on the chat. Did you win the landing rate? Oh, did you put landing rate in there? 140? Yes, I think you did. I wonder what more my landing rates. Did great for a dead engine. Thanks. What's it all for? Appreciate that. Yeah, sometimes these things happen, right? All right, let's see how we did here. So the first place we landed, 298. Oh, but only 1G. That's not bad. Yeah, that one we knew was going to be a little bit of a plunker. That was the airfield that was about 12 feet long. Then we flew up here to Excursion Inlet, and we figured out halfway, I say we, I meant me, that, well, more than halfway, when we were about 10 miles out, we figured out that was just a seaplane base. So then we started to go up to Skagway. I think this was the best landing of the night. Yeah, 35 at 30 knots, maybe a hair slow. I kind of floated it a little bit, but overall that was a pretty good approach. The approach was crazy tight, and kind of like an Innsbruck, man, you just had to roll it out right on the dot or you were in trouble. What, did I bounce it? 187 and then 35? I must have bounced that sucker. Okay, that did. 187 is probably a little more accurate because that speed is more what it should be, 64. But I'll take it, 1G. The only thing was that it was, I guess it wasn't as far down the runway as I thought it was. But and then what about this last one? Downwind sim guessed 140. I think that was optimistic. I think it was a little more than that. Yeah, 227. We ended up just kind of plunking it off there. But again, only 1.05 Gs and 67 knots. We kind of hit the airspeed, and the Gs were acceptable, and so yeah, that's all good, all good. And we added another little spider web to what we were doing, Juneau to Whitehorse, basically. So that's kind of cool as well. Yeah, the scenery looked really good, and I'm curious to see anybody that flew it in X-Plane, what they thought of what we kind of had done up there. So I haven't heard anybody yet, but everybody that flew the event in general did enjoy it. So all right, well, hey, I tell you what, we've been doing this now for 3.5 hours. It just seems like it went by like that. So that's cool. That really goes to show that it's something amazing when that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and do some thank yous, and then we're gonna get ready to close up shop here. There's like a 1,000 thank yous tonight. I mean, I'm not going to do it justice, but we had a fantastic raid tonight by Sim Caesar, and then we had all kinds of gift subs, and we ended up with a level 5 hype train. And I think I might have ended up singing Barbie Girl at one point in time. It all happened so fast. But anyway, I want to thank Puff MTD for all those cheer bits and gift subs. I also want to thank, there was cheer bits from Amy Ann. There was Java Joust did a tier 1 ascription. Scotty the Hottie gave some gift ascriptions as well. You guys are awesome. Steve PHL reascribed 14 months. Fantastic. Anonymous Cheer gave some bits. Java Joust gave some bits. Panagon gift subbed. Scotty the Hottie gift subbed. 4-day for me, cheer bits. It was just an unbelievable stream tonight. Too Old gave me some cheer bits. Vera Sanctus had some cheer bits as well. Peter Mooney, I think maybe I've already said. Amy Ann, cheer bits. Sim Caesar had a gift description. Scotty Dahati, I think I probably already said his, but good fixins as well. Man, I tell you what, there were just like all kinds of ascriptions today. So thank you so much for all the support. If anybody's still here that was a part of that, thank you. I will promise you I will pay it forward. I've never ever had anything like that ever happen, and I will pay it forward as best I can. Then we had a bunch of followers as well. Rodri Emmanuel Argentina, what's it all for? Let's see, let me just kind of go back through here. Bubble Mantuna, another follower, Nick 70, ELW 124, Alaris. And I think there's a few more. Beer Slayer, Masad SF, and yeah, I think that is hopefully all of the new followers. It's a pleasure to get to know you. Thanks for stopping by and pushing the follow button. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what you saw. You kind of get a sense of again what my stream's all about. It's definitely not about high quality aviation skills or really even that much about the entertainment value. It's all about the people in the chat. The people in the chat are what make my channel amazing. So thank you for being a part of that, and hopefully you'll come back and do it again with us. Normally I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. This week though, you guys, I'm on spring break, so I plan on doing some bonus streams, and you can find out when those streams are if you connect with me on Discord, or you can look in my about section of the Twitch channel. You can see kind of when the regular streams are, but the bonus streams you're going to have to kind of wait and or get those announcements via the Discord. I'll just let you know I'm planning on tomorrow. I'm planning on doing some stuff up in Moncton Monday, so hopefully you guys will be able to join. That'll be about 5 o'clock my time, which is 2300 Zulu, whatever that translates to you. And yeah, if Shuzi, if there's any chance, I might end up doing one just about every night this week. I just kind of end up annoying my wife enough by about this time of night that she kicks me out anyway. So yeah, with any luck, that'll continue. All right, we're going to head over to our friend and fellow streamer Continuum. He's kind of the only guy that I see right now that's doing anything aviation related that is it kind of fits our motif. Anyway, let's go say hey to Continuum. Let's keep the good vibes, the good energy going over in his channel, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have an awesome one. Take care. God bless.